your host, yours truly, DippyTheDM. You can find me on a lot of social media platforms, but I'm here to run a game for these lovely people. You guys, just like, here's something I want y'all to try. I want y'all to try to introduce yourselves at the same time.
Hey, Dippy.
All right. So I'm going to give you a countdown.
Can you pause the music behind you on that?
Oh, yeah, sorry. We have a little bit of washing sails and water over the boat. It's fine. We're on a boat. All right. So I want you all to try to introduce yourselves at the same time on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Hi, I'm Dono.
I'm
FntasyLover.
I'm Gearsparks in every platform. I play Tesla,
and you can
Artificer, and right now
play the 91. And so
I play a trash man.
That information, which you will.
I'm the trash man.
The trash man.
I'm the father of the trash man.
Oh.
And that couldn't have gone any better than I expected.
I literally just said, hi, I'm Dono, and then everybody continued doing their thing.
Was like,
oh, wait, I'm supposed to do more.
It said a quick sentence, and I was like, oh, people are still going. And then all I hear through the chaos is, and I play the fairy.
That's unbelievable. You guys are wonderful. You can find all of these guys on various social media platforms, of course.
It's all above our heads.
And if you're listening on the podcast, I'm sorry. Just go back and watch another episode if you want some proper intros. By the way, speaking of the podcast,
one second.
It's just
real quick. I'm going to mute real quick. And we're back. They can hear us now.
All right. But they could see us
yeah,
talking.
They could see us talking, but they couldn't hear anything. So, we just had
that is such professionalism on all of our parts. So,
I mean,
guys,
in all fairness, they can't see me.
Yeah.
They can't see you at all.
But you're not.
Speaking of which, we finally have our good friend Monk.
After
2 or 3 episodes of no sign of Monk, we finally have him back in. So
well, he's the sneaky
happy to have you back, Monk.
He is the
happy to be back.
All right. So, with all of that said, I suppose we would normally move on to sponsors and partners, but we still don't really have.
So, if you want to sponsor the channel, hit us up at A&I at Adventures and Initiative. Or no, it's adventures.initiative@gmail.com. Send us that if you want us to promote something of yours. We'll work something out. Love your faces.
Promote social media profiles and stuff. The only partner we definitely have that we are always happy to oblige a partnership with is the lovely people over at tabletopaudio.com.
Mm-hmm.
Guys,
they're sexy.
Have you ever just wanted to listen?
You caught me completely off guard. I am so sorry.
What happened?
I said they're sexy, and then Dadley was just like, what?
Oh. We can neither confirm nor deny. We don't know any of the people who run Tabletop Audio, but whatever they're doing a wonderful job.
Their brains are sexy at the very least. Very smart, very clever.
Very artistic.
All the folds. All the rings.
Set up a boat journey in the rain on a sailboat with the captain just like barking commands and all of the people on the deck bustling about in the middle of a busy scene on the high seas, bells ringing, bosun's whistling, and all of this
really loud.
And all of this is accomplished thanks to the free sound effects provided by the people at tabletopaudio.com. They have been making backing tracks, soundboards, sound pads, sound effects, ambience tracks, all of this wonderful stuff to enhance the audio experience of your latest tabletop role-playing game. And it all just seems so such a fantasy, but it is truly a reality. Over on tabletopaudio.com. There is a non-obligatory Patreon that you can join for extended versions of background audio tracks and other wonderful things that you can unlock just by joining them. But all that they ask from you, if you use them on a live game or on a game that's being broadcast for people, is that you shout them out, and that's exactly what we're doing here. Thank you, tabletopaudio.com, for
so much.
being a wonderful provider of audio for all games and gamers.
A lot.
And the last little shout out of the day is July 1st is here, which means Pride is gone, but that does not mean our Pride merch is going anywhere. And I very much like to keep our rainbows all year round. So still, Pride merch is up in the shop until next June when we get new ones.
There you go.
They're awesome. They came out great.
So yeah, go check out the merch link in the bio at the top of the link tree in the description, or at the top of the link tree in the VOD. And with all of that said, I suppose that it's just about time to actually hop into the game after about a month. So, yeah, guys, who wants to? I guess I will. Our last didn't even finish the sentence. Last we left off in the In-Quy'zz-ition, our intrepid troop of adventurers stole a fucking boat, a boat of one of the players, and then
we don't need to start with that. Thank you. Hi,
well, that's exactly what the last session started with.
Borrowed.
You have to start with this.
To be fair, also never really accomplished stealing the boat. They made it like 20 feet.
Yeah, they
He
didn't
did
make it very
accomplish
far.
breaking my heart, though. So you know.
I am really sorry. That's
I
all
don't think that was
from
a
last
goal.
episode.
Yeah, it was a little. It was an attempt at the very least. And after explaining why, an agreement was come to that a new destination was set forth for the crew of the SS Toadskipper. And so they set off. And after that, we had a lot of very basic boating hijinks. We had some meditation attempts that failed. We had some people learning the operations of the boat. We had some repairs that were started, possibly. And all in all, towards the end of the first day of journeying, there was an unexpected visitor off the side of the boat. Well, there were a bunch first. There were a bunch of fish swimming past the boat, and then they realized that they were being pursued by a giant mutant turtle. Everyone was amazed, and Zog tried to hook onto the turtle and hook the turtle onto the boat, and that didn't
gas. It was energy efficient,
and that didn't work.
Tried to pull Jack Sparrows.
Zog off the boat. To which point, the turtle was confused until Willow tried to communicate with the turtle, which didn't go exactly as planned. And now we are entering into. This is not what I thought it was going to be. Okay. Entering into a moment of duress. Very slow duress. And that's where we're going to begin the session. So
that sounded like the most nervous laugh ever. Gearsparks.
You haven't noticed yet, but you'll see.
Okay.
So, as you all watch, as the turtle begins to turn in its place, and only Willow can understand the turtle utter the words, there is a moment here where I would allow you to try to do something before entering into initiative.
Oh God.
You can try to roll initiative. We won't roll initiative yet, because if there's something outrageous that this party can do, to try to stop this, I will let them try to do it first.
Is the turtle an animal?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna cast animal friendship.
Oh!
Oh shit!
Oh! 1 second. That is under like beast alignment, yes?
Yes.
Beast type. Yeah, you are in every right. Go ahead. So what is that? So what does animal friendship do?
It must see and hear you. If the beast's intelligence is 4 or higher, the spell fails. Otherwise,
4
it has
or higher.
Yes.
Yes. If it's not,
You're
it
good.
must succeed a wisdom saving throw or be charmed by me.
Way to come in clutch.
Brilliant right off the bat. Yes.
Okay.
It's called when you actually look at your spells.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wisdom saving throw? You said wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
What was the DC?
13.
It rolled a 17 on the die.
Wait.
Dang
What's
it.
its minus though?
+1.
It's a +1.
Plus one.
That's a smart turtle.
It has a
That
+1
is-
Oh
wisdom.
my
It has a
God.
+1 wisdom.
That's a
Oh
wise.
no!
I mean, turtles are.
I mean, it is a turtle. Fair.
Yeah.
It's
Fair.
a giant mutant turtle.
I just did what I gotta
All
do.
right.
Ask if
So
it was
what
trained
is there
by
a
rat.
verbal? If there is a verbal component to the spell, what do you attempt to say to this turtle? At the very least.
We're not food.
It just looks at you, and it.
I like how you went with "we're not food" and not "we're not humans."
We're. It just looks you. It looks at you and your boat, and you just hear it slowly growl under its breath. Just. You are snack, and it just like.
Would snack that
it
smiles back.
continues- None of you are smiling, are you?
I don't know if Sundial can smile, honestly.
I wanna. You could make a little smile on your ball.
Like a little rock smile.
Yeah.
A little rock smile.
Little like
That'll-
snowman.
Is there anything that anyone else would like to try to do?
Well, I'm pretty sure I don't know what's going on besides I'm paying attention to the driving, so I'm gonna step back.
Would Willow
Same.
have communicated with Zog what the turtle is saying, or is this
You
all
are
like
in the
rapid
water,
fire?
Yeah.
Zog.
Oh yeah, I'm like halfway
So
drowning. I
you would
can
be
hear
next to
shit.
Willow. You would be well within the right of Willow to tell you very quick.
Isn't Willow a fish right now?
No, I'm
No.
I
Okay.
got back.
Okay, cool.
I changed back, and then she can't speak with animals.
Yes, got it.
Yeah.
She's fluttering at the same speed, and I believe. Yeah,
What
I
do you
forget
see-
who's driving. I think Tesla is.
Tesla is driving.
Yes.
Reese, what do you say?
Yes.
How much do these turtles weigh?
Here, do you want me just to ask Google?
How much? Actually, I
Do
guess I
giant
could
mutant
go
turtles
off of,
weigh?
I guess I could go off of a like just like a multiplier on what a normal turtle would weigh.
Yeah.
If you want to look that
Hey
up.
Google, how much do turtles weigh?
How much like a sea turtle weighs?
Probably like a sea turtle, yeah.
The green turtle is the largest of the Cheloniidae family. The largest green turtle ever found was 5 feet in length and 871 pounds.
800 pounds.
Shit!
The largest found was 800.
The largest one was
What?
800 pounds.
That's
They
a
range
normal
from
turtle.
240 to 420 pounds.
Damn!
And I was gonna put like a times 10 or times 20 multiplier on that. So let's just say that this thing is multiple tons.
It's like 2 tons, 2 to 3 tons.
About, yeah.
8,000 pounds is 4 tons. Yeah.
It's probably
A
about
lot.
the size of the boat.
It's a lot.
It's a big fucking turtle.
So
Good
much
question,
gas.
though. Good question, though. All
Because,
right.
I mean, I had levitate and I could burn a few inspo points to levitate it out of the water, and then we could like move it out of the way.
And levitate only works on how many pounds?
At the
Up
point,
to 500.
500. Yes.
You could probably lift its paw up.
lift a flipper.
you could lift Zog up.
Dippy, this is not me. This is not me poking fun at you as a human in your religion.
Sure.
I wanted
Sure.
to stress that.
Sure.
Can I make a religious check to part the seas?
Wow.
Part the river?
Okay. Let me just set the DC for this real quick. Okay, go ahead.
All right.
What's your plus to your religion? What's your
The plus to my religion is 0. I rolled a natural 3.
So
you in this moment of you have almost like a come to Jesus moment. You're just like looking at this turtle and you just think, God, Umberly,
I know what I must do.
God, is
Help.
that you?
and you just like and you push your hands apart, and in your mind you hear just the faintest whisper, just almost as if she's sitting on your shoulder, and she's just like, you're joking, right?
You idiot.
hey guys, hear me out. Witch bolt.
I have Witch Bolt, I do, but I'm also in the water and I'm scared.
But but here's the thing. Can we get Zog out of the water first?
Yeah.
If we get him on the boat,
Okay.
and then we
You
can decide
have-
if we're gonna attack.
Yeah. You do have Zog in the water.
Like, Rhys,
What would it be to swim to him?
You would be entering into initiative by the time you got into the water.
Well,
Okay.
You were swimming.
What about throwing him a rope?
And I'll let you
Doesn't
go
he
ahead and do
have
that
a rope?
before initiative, sure.
doesn't he have a rope? Doesn't he
Yeah,
have
But
But it's currently
yeah, but it
on a
was
sea
tied-
turtle.
It was tied to the turtle.
question.
This
So, Dippy, I just want to know,
Yes.
how wide is this river bank?
You are reaching into a part of the river where it's like, so there are obviously narrow and wide sections of this river. The widest point that you've come across so far has been a couple 100 feet across.
Okay.
You're in a section that's about, I would say about exactly 100 feet across.
Okay, cool. Never mind.
One bank to the other.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Continue, everybody else.
so this is all right. This is the bonkers genuine plan that I have in mind. This is gonna take maybe help from Quinlan of Zog would like yell to Quinlan of like wind, just you wind and me wind, as I cast gust of wind downwards to try to
Yeah,
propel
Rhys has
myself up
levitate.
out of the water. Well, I'm saying is like give myself a boost for his levitate because you can only cast levitate on yourself, right?
No, I can
Or-
cast levitate on a creature or loose object of my choice that I can see within range, rises
Okay.
vertically up to 20 feet.
Oh,
There you
so I don't
go.
even need to do gust of wind. You could get me the hell out of this water if we need to.
There you go.
By the way, is the turtle towards the front of the boat or the back of the boat?
It had swum past the boat, and then
Came back around.
water skied Zog a little bit, and then it is starting to turn around as a result of
Got it.
Willow communicating to it.
All right.
So it
So,
would be
we're
coming
heading
towards the boat
it.
head on.
Got it. Cool.
Oh shit! So Tesla can see this thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
okay.
was thinking he was still beside the boat.
No. Yeah. You can
Oh, crap.
definitely see it. Everyone can definitely see this thing.
I'm gonna be real. I think the best plot at this point is go into initiative. We have a bunch of plans
So,
in the air, and
if-
none of us know what we're doing.
So at this point,
So, real quick, if me and Tesla can see it, I would like to cast Chromatic Orb.
okay, then we will begin initiative. now.
Okay.
So,
I think yeah.
I was gonna say because as soon as
Go
he's
ahead.
out of the water, I'm casting Witch Bolt.
Yeah.
oh, you
got it.
also have Witch Bolt.
I'm also in the water. You know that, right?
You can fly.
I know.
You're flying.
So, fun fact, Willow can fly in her animal forms because as a druid, you keep your racial abilities. So if she turned into a pig, she can be a flying pig.
I like where you're going.
That's my one goal for this campaign. Flying pigs.
Flying pig. All right. So I need everybody to roll initiative.
22.
We are
Okay.
going to
Finally.
begin
Oh, hey.
Theater of Mind combat.
Dope.
I can do a
21.
have
Oh,
them-
2-1.
All right. Hold on. I'm gonna need to get that in some semblance of order. So let me.
That's probably going to be the best roll of the night for me.
Okay. So, anyone get above a 25? 25 to 20.
20
20 to 50.
Oh, 25 to 20? I got 21.
21.
I believe Damon got a 22, right?
Damon?
Drunky Poo, are you there?
Monk. Oh boy.
22. Sorry.
22.
Okay.
I'm a little
Okay.
jumpy, and my son just scared the shit out of me.
Oh boy.
Oh,
No, I'm sorry.
If I could
22, 21.
redirect everybody for a quick moment to chat,
Uh-huh.
where I just redeemed 10,000 channel points to name this turtle Zig.
Someone redeemed 10,000
You.
points.
I
It was Dadley.
Who's dad?
Dadley
Name,
redeemed.
choose an NPC name. This turtle's name is Zig. I want to befriend it so we can be Zigzag.
Ziggy Zog. Ziggy Zagzoo.
The turtle's
Oh
name is
my
Zig
God.
now.
Well, I can't fight that. All right.
And it's probably gonna be nothing, mostly because Zog cannot talk to this
Oh.
turtle.
Zig versus Party. All right.
Zig versus Zog.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So you got a
The
22, I
fight
got a
of the
21.
century.
I got a
Finish him.
Yabbity dabbity doo.
Drop them to the. We have.
We got to stop with the.
We have to stop with scat.
Uh,
We're all a little bit of scat addicts.
20 to 15.
I was
Wow.
22. Did you
Yeah.
get that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
that. I got
Okay.
22 and 21.
Wow.
Nothing 20 to 15. 15 to 10.
13.
13.
11.
11. Okay.
Ooh. Rough.
10 to 5.
I got an 8.
6.
8 and 6. Does
So
that
much
leave
for
anyone?
ladies first.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm driving a boat.
All right, that's everybody.
I'm on a boat.
And
In my flippy floppies.
All right. So, I got in order. I got Damon. I got his son. I got who had the 13. Sorry. I wrote down the order of the numbers. I didn't write down who had
Rhys had the 13. Zog had the 11.
Quinn. Quinn. Then Zig. And then Zog. And then Tesla, and then Willow. All right. Perfect. So, top of the round, Damon.
I cast Witch Bolt
Okay, here we go.
as soon
first
as Zog is out of the water.
I'm still
Okay,
in
so
the
are you
water.
holding your action for
So,
when Zog is
Yeah,
out of
So I'll hold until Zog is out of the line of fire.
Gotcha. All right. Then up next, are you doing anything with like movement or a bonus while you're holding that?
Yeah, bonus action. I'd kind of take a little cover behind the side of the boat to and then take aim at it.
Which you absolutely can do. All right. Son,
How far away is this thing from me?
20.
how far away is it? I would say at this point it would be give you a ballpark figure of about 100 feet.
If I went to the front of the boat.
Maybe closer to 150 feet.
Okay. If I went to the
So
front
what's
of the
range
boat,
Witch Bolt?
Yes.
would I be able to get to like 6? No, fuck it.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. Witch Bolt's aim is only 30 feet.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that far away.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask.
Can the boat? All right. Are we moving? All right. Just so I have this in my brain, is the boat moving the same speed as the turtle, or are we getting further?
Oh yeah,
further
I
away
need.
from the boat?
I'm gonna say that the boat is gonna go on the same initiative as Zog.
As me, or Tesla's the one driving the boat? Right?
So I'll say do you want it to go earlier or later? Because if it goes with you, then it goes before Tesla does. Or if you wanted to go with Tesla, it would go.
You're the DM. Do it how you want.
Initiative.
Either my boat, it goes on me, or goes with whoever's guiding. That's your call.
Or I could just have you like. I'll.
You want me to roll
You know what? You
initiative
have a
for both?
point. Tesla is at the helm, so I'll say that Tesla. It'll go on Tesla's initiative until someone else takes control of it. Otherwise, it'll just end up bottom of the initiative order if someone leaves the controls.
Okay,
All
then
right.
I'll hold chromatic orb.
Holding chromatic orb. Okay.
Holding it, just
Anything with your movement or bonus?
I'll move to the front of the boat and be like, "What the fuck's going on?"
All right.
So can I retcon, since I now know the distance we are away from it, which spell I'm holding?
Yeah, of course.
We're gonna switch it to Jim's magic missile.
Okay. So we got a magic missile and we got a chromatic orb. Right now the turtle is about 100 feet away from the boat.
Got it.
Quinlan, Quinny boy.
Hey, Shovel Knight Taylor, thank you for the follow.
thank you, so
Thank
much
you for the follow.
Mhm.
Very nice.
I'm gonna move up to the front of the boat, ready to jump on the turtle
All right.
as soon as we're within range.
Oh. Alrighty.
Using the rope dart as a tool to sink into the turtle and pull myself in when I leap.
Right. I gotcha. So you're holding an attack. You're holding a jump. Also, I'll call it like a jump as part of your attack. So we're all holding stuff until the turtle gets closer. Zog, you are definitely still in the water.
I'm still in the water. Okay. My best shot of getting myself out of this water then is, I guess, casting Gust of Wind. Alright. So, a line of straw wind, 60 feet long and 6 feet wide, lasts from you in a direction of your choice for the spell free. Would you let me blast it down and knock myself into the air out of the water?
I would absolutely let you do that because that's a very creative use of that.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna cast Gust of Wind downwards.
So
Yeah.
you, a large plume of air cuts through the water, and the gust hits the floor of the river and propels you up into the air,
Yeah. So
uncontrolled, about 20
Yeah.
feet.
First thing I'm doing is looking at Willow and being like, "Fly to the boat." As I want to try to cast it, and you can make me roll for this or whatever if you need me to.
Mhm.
At an angle, so I'm going up and backwards away from the turtle. Or even I can use
I
my
would not have
bonus-
assumed any other difference.
Yeah.
So
And,
I will say, to control that, make me a dexterity check and continue your description.
Okay, and as long as I'm concentrating on it, I can change the direction of the wind on a bonus action.
I was
I'm
about to
pretty
say,
much just
how long does this last?
concentration up to 1 minute.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you can actually, yeah.
So, yeah, I can spend every turn I'm concentrating on it. I can spend a bonus action to change the direction of the wind.
Right.
So I am blasting it down, and then kind of bonus action, also blasting myself.
Is the spell
towards the
centered on
turtle.
you, or is it centered on a point of your choice?
Centered on myself.
Centered on you. Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, if the wind is coming from you, then you, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
make a
shit.
dexterity check.
Actually, just reading through this a little bit more. I'm not going to blast myself out of the water. I'm blasting it straight ahead of me, so I go backwards because the turtle has to make a strength save or get knocked 15 feet back from me.
Ah, and how long is the line of wind again?
It's 60 feet.
It would not reach the turtle at this current vantage point.
Where I'm at? I thought I was right.
Oh, yeah, no, you were being dragged behind it on a rope. Yeah, absolutely. So go ahead. Yeah, go for it. Okay, so the turtle has to make a save, and you, I'm going to say, make a dexterity check.
Must spend 2 feet of movement for every 1 feet used. All right, I might have read this wrong. I'm sorry. I never play Spellcasters.
Read your spells, everybody.
Each creature that starts their turn in the line must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 15 feet away. Okay.
Fine.
And my save DC is 13. So
all right.
13 DC.
Oh, no.
11. It fails.
Oh.
All right.
So
So
you blow this gust of wind ahead of you.
Yeah.
The counteracting forces of you being in the water, pushing against not only the water but the turtle, you basically have stopped its movement because on its turn it was moving. Oh yeah, Zog's turn after Quinlan's. The turtle was just going to use its movement.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Okay. Oh.
So using that movement, it was going to get within reach of you to do that, and now that it's in that part of the initiative, it gets pushed back 15 more. So.
Question, Dippy.
Yes.
Because we didn't do the turtle's turn. How close did it get to the boat when it used its movement?
It has a swim speed of 40 feet, so it would have gotten to exactly 60 feet away from the
boat. Okay, then I'm using chromatic orb on it.
Okay, yeah.
Because I'm holding.
My apologies.
So after Zog's turn,
I have my
we'll
tracker here, and I didn't even fucking use it. Is Damon releasing magic missile on it as well?
So
I am.
Okay, so y'all go ahead and do your held attacks.
Okay.
But Quinlan, you're still holding yours because it's not in jumping range yet. So I got you.
So it gets 60 feet towards the boat, pushed 15 feet back.
I would say that these attacks get popped off before you push it because this
it would still be in range for my thing, but yeah, just for the sake of Damon.
Essentially, when
magic missile is just a hit, yes?
No, this is Jim's magic missile. It's different. I'm reading it to make sure I get it right, so that's why I'm letting Dono go.
All right, go ahead.
I am checking spell. Oh, I'm checking something because I've rolled real bad, so I'm seeing if I have inspiration. I think I do.
This combat is brought to you by Tactical Tokens.
Yes, I do. Okay. Yes, I do. Okay, I'm using my inspiration to re-roll because I got a freaking 6, and I don't think that's going to work.
Okay. So this tells me that it has 3 bolts, 3 darts of magic force, but it doesn't tell me whether I have to roll them separately or it's all together.
I would say that you roll once, and that's how much damage each dart deals.
Dippy, tell me that if 15 hits this thing.
15?
Yeah, I got a 6 and a 9.
Is it just
and then I have plus 6.
Is it just combating its armor class?
Yes.
A 15 does not hit.
So I release the chromatic orb, and it just bounces off its armor, and it's just like, fuck.
So you watch it pulse in the air with all this chromatic energy, and then it just like
you make
fizzles.
So it does it. It does actually specify that I have to roll each dart separately.
Then go ahead.
So it was a 21, a 19, and a 16.
These are rolling to hit?
Mm-hmm. These are rolling to hit. Spell attack.
21 and 19 definitely hit. 16 misses. $11 points of force damage. Ooh, nice. Okay, let me pull up my little calculator here. Get this. 11 points, yes?
Yes.
All right, good. Kind of like the missiles impact its large draconic, its large turtlesque maw. And it just, and then the gust of wind.
Yeah. Am I close enough, and if Willow wants me to grab Willow so we both get brought with the gust of wind. If Willow wants to, I'm not gonna just. You're coming to the boat with me.
Would you allow? Would you be a willing creature, Willow?
Yeah.
I would say yes. It would slow you down, though.
So, yeah, that's fine. How
right.
close are we able to get to the boat then?
So with your gust of wind, counteracting forces, 60-foot line pushing against a turtle in the water, I'd say it propels you about half ratio. You get 30 feet closer to the boat.
Perfect.
And with the distance, I would say that you would basically end up like right in front of the boat.
Okay.
If
so
you wanted to control off to one side or the other, you could.
Can I use my movement? And if I have to, like, bonus action to give me a little boost with the wind, because no, I haven't used that yet, to just get up into the boat at this point? Or wait till next turn? Because I haven't used any movement yet either.
Your climbing speed is half of your movement.
15.
If you were to grab onto the side of the boat, climb up the side of the boat, you would make it to the deck at the end of your turn, not being able to do anything else.
Yeah, sounds good. As long as I'm on my boat by the end of the turn.
Yeah. Because if you grabbed Willow just to propel Willow backwards, and then you grab onto the boat, letting go of Willow for Willow to just fly up, then you would be good.
Yep. All right, that's my turn.
Okay.
All right, Tesla.
I would be steering the boat towards to kind of pick up Zog and maybe increasing the speed of the boat.
Alrighty.
Meet up with him, but I don't think she could do anything else.
Right.
So.
Alright. So on your turn, the boat will move at its slowed gait that you set it to in the last session.
Which I think was half speed.
I would say that's about 30 feet.
Okay.
So with the convergence, we've gone 40 minus 15, 25, and we've gone 30 more. The gap between the boat and the monster, and big, is
75.
I would say that gap is now 35 feet. Yes.
Okay.
Oh. Well.
If you're making a move, though, I'll call it 40 because a little bit of that movement was spent turning.
Yep.
Right.
So now it's not a head-on. It's kind of like a, like a angle and then straight.
If that's my move, can I do an action?
If you have one. Actually, I would say
I can wait.
I'll call that your movement. What were you gonna do as an action?
I was gonna do Ray of Sickness. It has a distance of 60 feet.
Ah, alrighty. Well, if you would like to do that, then go forward. Go for it.
A key.
Ray of Sickness. Is it an attack? Just a spell attack.
It is a spell. It is an attack. It would. Let me actually pull it up.
Go for it.
A ray of sickening greenish energy lashes out towards a creature within range. On hit, target makes 2d8 poison damage and must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, it is also poisoned until the end of your next turn.
Wait, so that stuff happens even... It doesn't even make a save, it's just if that attack hits, that's what happens. Wow.
2d8. Yeah, 2d8 poison damage on hit, so I have to make the hit.
Go for it.
Do I want to use the D&D Beyond? Which one do I just click on for just a basic D20?
If you just want to click on D&D Beyond, then you would click on the... let me see. Under your spells, there is a +6 next to your Ray of Sickness. Click that.
Oh, so I just click that? Okay, cool.
Yeah, click the +6, it'll make the spell attack.
What'd you get?
Okay.
What'd you get? 18.
It says 12, but it's not doing anything.
18 with your
sweet.
+6.
Sweet.
Just hits.
Yay. Okay. Okay.
So you get to roll, if you want to, you can hit the 2d8 that's next to that +6, and that automatically rolls that damage for you.
Yeah.
And must make a con save on a failed save. It's Okay.
Oh, and we get max damage.
No.
Oh my god.
No,
What?
we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we
Oh.
don't.
Oh, okay.
I got a little excited. It's
You got half
it's 8.
damage.
Yeah, half damage. It's not 16. It's 8. Sorry.
8.
I got a little excited.
Excellent. It's exciting. It's exciting to do combat. Con save. Bloop. What's your DC? 14. You got a 15 on the die, so it succeeds on the con save. But the ray hits, and it's just kind of like it had its mouth open a little bit, and you were able to get the ray like kind of down the back of its throat, and it's just like, and it's just like you hear it hack up a little bit in the water.
Starts drowning.
All right. This turtle starts to drown. No. Willow, end of initiative.
All right. How close am I to it?
35 feet.
I would say that if you went onto the boat, it's 40. But if you're still kind of hovering a little away from it, you could be anywhere from like 25 to 30.
Okay, well that
Depending
changes
on what
that spell.
Depending on what you need.
I guess
Around.
I will cast Moonbeam on it.
Okay.
Turns out to be a were-turtle. It's just some big fucking dude.
Shape changer.
It's just some
So
big
it's a-
dude being a turtle.
Before you is the aspect of Tiamat. No.
It's a
No.
con save of 13.
Con save 13.
Yes.
Roll a 17 on the die. Oh, this die is doing incredible for
Still does the
my
damage.
for Zig right
It's
now.
just half.
Hey, do me a favor, Dippy.
Yes.
Take that dice
Huh?
and throw it as hard as you can out your window.
All right. Let me actually
Okay.
I will concede. Let me grab a different die for you.
Okay.
This is why we
Don't actually do it because you'll make the dice goblin and all of us sad.
No.
I rolled so
I don't have an open window next to me. Okay,
What'd you roll
so
damage-wise?
damage.
I rolled a 17.
So
Nice.
That's 8.
whoa. Okay,
Yeah.
so 8 damage. And you watch as the turtle slowly begins to shrink. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Would have been good.
It would have been.
Next turn.
Anything else Moonbeam does?
No,
Whatever it
because
was-
it failed.
Anything else you want to do?
No, because I would like to keep that up.
All right.
Moonbeam
Then
isn't
at the top of
concentration, is it?
initiative, would
What?
still be
Moonbeam isn't
turtle.
concentration, is it?
Concentration up to 1 minute.
Okay, so we figured out something really cool in Curse of Strahd about Moonbeam is that you can just slide it across people, and and
Yes.
every single time they have to make a save. So you can take it out of its thing and bring it back in,
Yep.
and it makes the save twice in the round. Because it's once it enters in, that's the name of the rule. Is once it enters in, it has to make
Yeah,
the
I
save. It's
have
so
hotly contested
broken.
that ruling. I have hotly
Okay.
contested that ruling in the past. I would say that sounds awesome, and that if you could make that work, I would see how I feel about that.
Oh, jeez.
But after all is
Poor
said and done, we're back at the top of initiative.
Yay.
That was actually pretty good, Damon. So you had released your Jim's magic missile.
So I'm not hidden because I attacked it after I hid. So
Yes.
we'll go frostbite.
Frostbite. Alrighty.
I need a con save.
Is it an auto hit or is it an attack?
It's
It's a hit, like a hit
cause
and save
numbing
or a spell
frost to
attack?
form on one creature that you can see within range. Must make con saving throw. On a failed
Aha.
save, it takes d6 cold damage.
What's your DC?
12.
Look at all us young spellcasters trying to make things make
rolled a-
saves.
I rolled a 9 on the die, and it has a +4. It's a 13. Damn.
Well then,
Does it do anything?
no, it doesn't.
I'm so sorry.
Bonus action. I'm gonna find something I hide behind.
Mhm.
All right. Roll a stealth check.
Valid.
I think the rogue's on the boat.
Yeah, 27.
27.
The rogue might not
Everyone
be on
who's
the boat.
yeah, everyone who's on the boat just sees Damon like duck down behind the wall. Willow, you are kind of like
Hi, Damon.
hovering a little ways away from the boat, and you just like look back to the boat. No, you don't see Damon anywhere.
More importantly, the turtle can't see Damon.
Exactly.
Then I get
Sun.
sneak attack when I hit it with an arrow.
There you go. Sundial.
Yes.
Your turn,
'Cause-
buddy.
Because I missed, and I want to roll damage, I'm going to do Cloud of Daggers on this son of a bitch.
It's Cloud of Daggers.
Which means that it doesn't get a save. I just hit it. And I do 4d4 damage every
What level
round.
spell is Cloud of Daggers.
Cloud of Daggers. It is.
Oh, it's second level. I didn't.
You
know
fill
that.
the air with spinning daggers in a cube of 5 feet on each side, centered on a point. You choose within a range. A creature takes
You don't
4d4.
control that area. Yes.
I mean, slashing damage when it enters the space area for the first time on the turn. Then it turns.
But you can't
Yeah.
move that space.
Yes.
So, if
So
you make it,
it'll
just,
take
like,
the damage at the beginning of my turn,
Wait.
or at my turn, and then it'll take the damage at the beginning of his turn.
Okay.
Doesn't that mean, because we're moving, doesn't that mean we're gonna go right through your cloud of
No,
daggers?
we're moving out of the way, and it's only a 5-foot
Okay.
space too.
It is
so,
a small
Oh,
turn.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right.
so I'm gonna do, and I could just do Cloud of Daggers in the fucking water,
Yeah.
so
You
it just
like-
becomes like
that's
a
also-
whirlpool.
yeah.
Actually, can I do that?
Whirlpool
would-
of daggers?
Can I make it a whirlpool because it's just like a spinning rotation of
Arcana
like
check for
actual?
me. Roll an
Sure, I'm
Arcana check for
decently
me.
good at that. I think that would be
Can
cool as
I-
hell. I'm
Can
gonna
I
use.
my reaction because I never used my bonus action to change the direction of the gust
Okay.
to help with this of like moving the water with air.
Does it
Getting into inspiration point territory here.
does a nat
Hold
or
on.
does a dirty 20 give me enough to make whirlpool daggers?
So let me look at Cloud. Hold on.
Cloud of daggers,
Whirlpool of
cloud of daggers, whirlpool daggers, and to think that it might be.
So are
getting
you trying
sucked
to?
in?
Are you trying to push the daggers like underwater? So
No,
that it's
I'm
like
just trying to cast it into the
turtle
water
swimming
where the
through.
turtle is, and so it creates a whirlpool, creating like a suction. If you want, I can have it be like if he gets stuck in it, it's just by DC
I was
to
about to say,
save.
are you trying to get it so that it's stopping the turtle's forward momentum?
I mean, if that's something that can happen, I just want to make a freaking whirlpool with my daggers. That's very deadly.
You can make a whirlpool. It's just, I would say that
I
you
would say
wouldn't
it's
get the
DM's
secondary
discretion
effect.
if
I would
he
s-
gets stuck.
Yeah. Yeah. My discretion is that I would say there is no secondary effect created. I would say that you can create it underwater, though.
Okay, cool. I'm going because it's a big freaking turtle. I'm not expecting
Yeah,
it
I got you.
to stay.
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
am gonna
You're
put
good.
it in a spot where basically like it sits and he
The
has to
boat
go.
will miss, but
and
it will swim.
I want him to like if he's in a direction, I want him to swim through it so he's taking a hit
Oh, yeah,
every single
absolutely.
time he's going through it.
Yeah. So he's gonna.
Because it's every time he enters into it. So if he's continually
His turn
entering
is
into it,
after
because he's a
Quinlan's, so I
large
won't
creature, right?
His turn is after Quinlan, so I won't describe exactly how he's gonna move yet. But I like as this turn is happening, yeah.
Is he a large or huge creature?
It is large.
Okay, so then I'm gonna put it in an area so it hits him twice when he moves. So he's gonna get it when I
Right.
cast. He's gonna get it
gotcha.
when it starts, and then if he moves, he takes it again, because he has to move through it.
First time on the turn or starts its turn there. Doesn't say anything
So-
about each time it moves.
Okay,
into
then it won't
with
work that
stats.
way. Okay, never
It
mind.
would be twice.
Okay, cool. So it's still gonna take it twice. So I gotta do 4d4.
I like your thinking. I love your thinking, but that's not how Cloud works. I think another spell works like that, but that's not how
I'm
Cloud
gonna have to
works.
re-roll one of my d4s, but
Okay.
Oh, what is
44.
All right, I'll
7,
message you the question I have.
8,
What was that?
I have a question. I'm gonna message it to you just so we don't keep cluttering.
11 points of piercing damage
11. Elf.
of slashing. Sorry.
Elf. All right.
Okay, that's the end of my turn. Dippy. Oh,
So-
okay, there he is. He's there.
It's going to do this a couple more times. Hold on. Okay,
It's
there.
like a
Never mind.
sneeze-
There
it's
it
like
is.
waiting
All right.
for a sneeze to come.
Yeah, and also like sneezes. Most of the time, it happens in threes.
Okay.
All right. So, 11 points. Very good. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
I use my action to do that.
Yes.
I don't think I have anything else that I can do. So, yeah, that's it.
I believe I have the same Homebrew rules down for that rule, Dad. Let me look. I don't think I would put it in my house rules. And if I didn't,
That's why I was
would use
asking.
this- I would use the same one that Dono does.
Mm-hmm.
All right, perfect.
Yeah, so, boom, you're good. All right, next, Quinlan. So your action does kind of just fall away in this moment. It will be close enough for you to do that on this turn if you want to try to do that again. But if there's something else you want to do before then, with your bonus and movement, then be my guess.
How far away is it?
The gap of the boat and the turtle is 40 feet at the moment. It is on a collision course with you.
That's an insane idea, and I don't think it'll work.
Okay, let me hear it.
Yes.
When you said collision course, I just wanted to yell at Tesla, ram it.
Nope. That goddamn boat.
That's
So
Zog's
that way, at
boat.
the moment of collision, I could just like
I
swing around the head of the turtle with the dart in its neck and
Oh
just
my
like
God.
strangle it a little bit because I
not
don't
to,
need to breathe.
not to metagame. Zog is taking his boat back now that he's on the boat, and he is not willing to let it crash into the turtle. Just so I
do?
don't hard know many things. I'm
You
not
only
crashing my
have
boat.
Quinn and the turtle's turn before that happens, Zog. So
Yes.
yeah.
So it's not gonna
No.
crash in time. Yeah, my turn goes before yours, Tesla.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I was gonna say, like, who's saying she's not gonna play chicken with this beast?
Right?
So,
Saying.
is there something else that you would like to do?
Would I still be able to like do that with this distance and just use like that momentum?
If you wanted to run, because you get a running start on a jump. If you got enough of a running start on a jump, you could jump your long jump is your strength score, I believe, is your long jump in feet. So you'd be able to jump 15 feet. If
You have
got
Step
your
of the
running
Wind
start,
yet?
like up the if you got
I do have levitate, which I could use at the moment that I push off, which would send me 20 feet out. Plus, the movement I would just keep sailing, which I would need to use the rope. I thought about this.
that
I've
would be
spent
35 feet. You just have to make up the other 5 somewhere.
With Zog's
Acrobatics?
gust of wind, he's still yet to use. Willing to burn
This would be-
inspiration.
this
Yeah, I would
for
be
it?
willing to give an
your-
inspiration point to help him.
Yeah, I would too. I would burn one of mine.
Zog's reaction, he sees like Wind Boy jumping, put the wind under his ass.
3 different players giving 1 inspiration point
Can
for
Tesla
the gust of wind
up
to move.
the
To
boat?
wrap around, to stick the rope dart into,
You would have to hit that
turtleneck.
attack.
swing around, and just hold on for dear life to try and like slow him down like a
Hold on.
wild horse.
If all 3 of you are spending an inspiration point to do that, I would allow that to happen on this turn.
100%.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Done.
All right. So, Zog, you like get back onto the boat and you're catching your breath and you see Quinlan about to make a running leap and you just like have your hands kind of pushed out straight towards the turtle and then you just like and you move right behind Quinlan as you like just leap and then the first 5 feet come like free fall, like a free jump, and the gust of wind moves behind. This is the thing, though.
Because the whole thing is relying on me sticking the dart into turtleneck.
Technically, Zog's gust of wind requires the creature make a strength save.
You can choose to fail those.
Can you? Okay, if you choose to fail that,
then you get pushed 15 feet.
You're right. You're right. Okay, so gust, leap, intentional fail of the saving throw. You get pushed another. You get pushed 15. You have and then you use the 15 of your long. Holy shit! Did it.
We did it.
Make an attack for you with your rope dart against the turtle. Oh my god. Oh, please.
That is a total.
We're waiting. Come on.
25.
25?
19 on the die. Plus 6. I had this one in waiting because I was like, I might need to inspo burn again for an extra.
That
didn't need it. I'm so happy.
So you did also mention you wanted to stick it into its neck, which with a 25, I would allow the extra points of that to go towards a specific place. Thank you, Dono, for that tip. So yeah, you just and you just
right in the meat right here, under the jaw.
Lodge a complaint with the turtle department.
Okay.
Right underneath its jaw.
No turtle.
Roll your damage for that. Roll your damage for that, and then you're gonna make another check. Here in just a second.
It is a D4. Where are you, my precious? There you are.
My pointy precious.
1. Well, 1d4 plus 4, 5. 5 total.
That's incredible. All of that for 5 damage.
Well, I didn't want to really kill it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to deter it from the bow.
Okay, so your next check here that I will say is going to transition your turn into its turn.
Okay.
With these is you're making a dexterity check and it is making a contested. I would say you're making in whichever one is higher, just base dexterity or athletics, and it is making it is gonna make a base. What would it even make? It's gonna make. Oh, where did I put the turtle? Where did it go? I had it here. Where'd it go? Oh no. Oh, here it is. Okay. Yes. So go ahead and make your check.
12.
Got a 5 on the die. You're fine.
Oh.
So
I got an 8 on the die.
Oh my god. Yeah, you're fine. So as you as the tension of the dart in its bottom jaw just kind of like there's a little bit of slack as you're kind of just like directing your force, but you instantly pull it taut into a swing and you end up right on top of its head. Of which on its turn it's going to this is. I'm gonna roll. Actually, I'm not even gonna roll. I'm gonna flip a coin here. All right. I've got it. Heads it does one thing, tails it just does another thing. That wasn't even a flip. Ignore that.
We'll flip.
So, feeling this set of actions take place, and it's just this sudden pain in its neck, and then these daggers underneath it just like kind of poking into it. Oh, by the way, do you roll? I'll say that, yeah, you roll your damage for that cloud of daggers again, Donna. Also, you're muted.
I pre-rolled it. It's 13.
13.
Yep.
So this pain of these daggers, and then it is going to withdraw into it is going to withdraw into its shell.
It also takes Moonbeam.
It also takes Moonbeam.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it rolls a save against that.
Yep.
Yes, con.
18 on the die.
Okay.
So half.
So take half. So roll.
That's
This
fine.
this die is really feast or famine with people. It's
That's
like
3.
3. And you rolled 3, so half of 3.
No, I rolled 7.
Oh, you rolled 7, so it would be 3.
Yeah.
That's rough, bud.
Unbelievable.
Sorry.
So,
buddy.
with all of this stimulus and pain all at once, it's going to like take one more big flip of its flippers, and then it's going to retract all of its limbs into its shell. So as it retracts it, it forgoes its movement to do this.
Mhm.
It'll move like a base like 10 feet with one like big flip.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's going to retract, by which merit, I need you to make I'll call this another dexterity check, Quinlan.
You just starve it a little
Nine-
bit. You can live in its
Nope.
shell.
That's a dirty 20.
Yeet.
30, 20?
Dirty
All
20.
right.
16.
As
I
the
thought it
heads-
was a 15.
As the head's moving, you're able to just like, you're able to like hop up just a little bit, do a little flip, catch onto the rim of its shell. You are not pulled into the shell with the turtle, which is what its plan was.
Oh.
And you just hear, Willow, with your Speak with Animals, you hear, and it's just like, and it's just like, you see its maw open up like as wide as it can open up inside its shell.
Mhm.
It was going to attempt to make a bite, but it doesn't have anything within its biting reach.
Nice.
Not anymore. Also, its AC increased. But
Yes.
that will be the end of its turn. Zog, your turn.
So Zog on his boat, he is like now fully in his element of like we're on the water, fights breaking out. He is feeling it. So he first is just going to be like I always fuck up the name of my god. I always say Umbrella. Umbrella. Like, Umbrella sure gives me some neat tricks as he shoots off an Eldritch Blast as a bonus action towards the turtle.
Lawrence?
Which is 16 to hit.
16 to hit?
No,
No.
right? So that's fine. He's on the front of the boat blasting off, and he starts.
As you watch its flippers and head retract into
Yeah.
its shell, you watch as like a little, as its shell kind of like closes in a little bit after its bite doesn't work, and you just watch the beam just like ping.
ping
just-
off.
So are you
Off
the
the ship.
Eldritch Blast type of guy that does like the finger guns?
It is
Don't
like,
steal
it is
my
full
thing.
hand. It is 100% like full hand, like almost like he's grasping at the beam that's coming out. Which is Eldritch Blast, I just want to say, looks like a stream of water. It's like a thick water gun. Like
Thick.
Oh, incredible.
Thick
as he,
water.
Thick
he starts
water.
walking towards it. My movement speed will get me to like the helm of the boat, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. He's calling out to Tesla, like, Tesla, thank you, you did a great job, but my boat, my helm. As he's going to take the helm back. If Tesla lets him. I mean, he's not gonna like fight Tesla, but he very much wants his boat back.
Do you really want to fight Tesla? We could go. No,
Oh my
I'm
God.
saying he's not gonna fight Tesla. He's just saying it's my
I'm
vote.
sure as soon as the RP moment, as soon as Zog walks in the door and he's all soaking wet, she's like, "Hoi, my God, here, take it."
All right, thank you. And he grabs the helm and he's like, "All right, get ready. We're eating turtle soup." And at second level, I'm gonna cast Bless, which is why I asked you about bonus action.
Right.
spells.
Yeah, that's I gotcha.
I'm gonna cast Blessed. I can get Dono, Quinlan, Gearsparks, and Willow. I have to leave. I feel bad that I have to leave somebody out. I'm just gonna say that he doesn't see Damon. Damon's fucking hid. He doesn't know where he is. He's not
Damon's
casting
hidden.
Yeah.
Fair enough reason.
So all y'all are blessed.
All right.
For how long?
1 minute.
As long as
he concentrates on it.
Nope.
Jigs.
Oh, which the gust of wind does end because I'm
Yes. So once you cast your bless, your wind, your gust of wind does like dissipate.
Yeah. I like to imagine he's walking into like the room
Just like
to grab it. I blew all the papers off. Everything fell off the walls. It's
Oh
fine.
yeah,
I'll
that's
clean it
all
later.
plastered against like the back
Yeah.
wall now.
I'll clean it up later. And then can I use my boat's movement speed to start trying to get to that
So
trying
now
to,
that
like,
you've
maybe...
commandeered control of your boat will go on the same turn as you. I will say that its movement, are you increasing its speed at all?
I am slowing down its speed. I am seeing the turtle's getting fucked up and whatnot. It's retreating.
So you are at
maybe,
So you were at about 2/3, or you were at half. Now you're gonna bring it down to a quarter.
Yeah, I am slowing. I think we can get out of this without having to kill the turtle. If I can slow down and maybe it'll just go away now that we've hurt it a bit. Which Quinlan could find his way back.
Wow, very
If my plan works, I'll be bringing the turtle with me. If my plan works.
Sounds good. All right, and that's Zog's turn.
All right, so if you're slowing it from half to a quarter, a little bit of the drifting speed gives it an extra 5 of its quarter, so I'll say that you move another 20 feet. The gap between where you and the turtle would be has shrunk again. So 10, 20. There is now 10-foot distance horizontally between you and the turtle.
Okay.
Between your boat and the turtle. And if you're turning even more, I would say that would still be 10 feet. You would just be the gap would be in a different place.
Yeah, well, I'm turning away because of the cloud of daggers anyways.
Quinlan, you notice that the turtle is beginning to sink because it's withdrawn into its shell.
I hold steady.
Did we wait, Quinlan, okay, never mind. Sorry.
Next up in initiative order is Tessel.
Okay. Okay, good to know. I don't know what Tesla's gonna do, cause she didn't pick a fight with this turtle. She just knows that it was gonna try and chomp Zog, and now Quinlan is standing on top of the shell. I guess she could go around and outside the helm and be like, "You need any help?" As a free action.
Are you talking to Zog or the people on deck?
I'm talking to whoever's standing on the turtle.
Oh, Quinlan.
About to sink into the ocean with it.
You need any help?
She could throw a life raft or something. One of those.
A life preserver?
That thing.
There you go.
Just gonna holler back. Nope, I'm good.
There you go.
All right, then.
I'm seeing the water getting up to here. He's just holding his head steady as he's sinking.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Air Genasi.
Doesn't need to breathe. Can hold breath indefinitely as long as conscious. So I am descending, riding this turtle.
You're just like the Terminator in the melting pit, just like the thumbs up as it sinks into the water. Oh no. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Is that the end of your turn, Tesla?
Yeah, she's not gonna do anything else. Like, it's basically subdued. Is for her. She's just
Okay. Willow, your turn.
Just gonna move my moonbeam back over him.
All right.
And then he has to make a save because he's entered it.
After the initial casting, the moonbeam. After the initial casting, the moonbeam doesn't have to make a save at the beginning of Willow's turn, I believe. Let me look. Let me look.
Is my cloud of dagger still on him?
A turn. Or starts it. So it was already in the area.
She took it out and then put it about him.
Is that what you did, Willow? You just
Yeah,
gonna like.
Yeah.
I got
Perfect.
you, boo boo. I got your back.
Perfect.
God dang.
My druid friend. I'm the trash
Oh my
man. I
god.
got
Got a natural 1.
oh.
you. Get
So you
that
get to
damage.
So you get to do a simple. You get to do a crit, and for my game, our crits are simple crits. Simple crits are basically. Let's see.
It does the max die damage, and then you roll whatever,
Simple crit,
and then
you
whatever
do
extra you get.
the maximum amount of damage the die would do, and then you roll 1 time, and you add modifiers after the roll.
Okay. So,
What's the max that Moonbeam would do?
20 points.
And then roll.
And I rolled a 14.
Woo!
And then your and then any modifiers or anything.
That's it. Doesn't
That's
show
it?
me I have. Yeah.
So 34 points.
Yep.
Jesus
We're
H.
not
It's looking.
food!
Oh, by the way, it has been that brought it well below the bloody mark. It is you watch as wounds begin to like open up on it on its more fleshy bits, and you see like a searing sensation on the outside of its shell, and it's just like, and it is going to do a legendary action after Willow's turn.
Ooh. A legendary action, you say?
It is going to shell thrash. So you watch as it's withdrawn into its shell. You watch like some metallic bits of, as I described in a previous episode, there are bits of like detritus and like metallic scrap embedded into its shell, just because that's how it like exists. It's how it lives. It's almost like armor. You see a couple of spiky bits on that shell kind of like rattle around a little bit, and then you watch as it like 2 large metallic spikes jut themselves out of the shell, and they basically take an arc to hit the boat, which is pulled alongside, and Quinlan standing on the front of the shell. So it's going to roll 2 attacks. That's a natural fucking 1, and a number. Plus a number. Dirty 20. So you watch as like an old rusted as what looks like an old rusted pipe just kind of launches out into the side of the boat. Tink! Sinks into the water. And then you watch as what looks like a shard of a large broken glass structure shoots out of its shell, leaving a perfectly like molded over hole where this piece was sitting. Quinlan, you will take.
Is this technically a missile? Like a.
Because
I have deflect missiles.
What are the?
From point blank?
You
Does it
can
have
use a
something against
reaction to deflect or catch the missile when you are hit by a ranged weapon attack.
Okay. So how does it deflect?
When you do so, the damage you take from the attack is reduced by 1d10 plus 8. If you reduce the damage to 0 and have a free hand, you can spend 1 key point to make a ranged attack as with a monk weapon with a range of 20/60 and throw it back.
Okay. So a d10 plus 8?
Yeah.
It just rolled 13 for its damage.
Where are you? Where are you?
You got a 50-50 shot here.
I believe in you.
It is
Go, Rhys, go.
13.
13. That brings the damage down to 0.
Throw it
And
back.
that means you can catch it and throw it back?
Yes.
I would. Okay.
Throw it back now, y'all.
So you just like you watch this. You have the wherewithal to look down at the shell that you're standing on and see this this glass shard, kind of like, pew, and you were able to like, pew, and then direct it. The only way you would be able to throw it back is if you like caught it in its arc and then snapped it between your legs like a football into the hole where its head would be.
Between his legs, you say.
26 to hit. 26 to hit?
That's
that
a
hits.
nat 20.
That's a nat 20.
You monster.
Dang. Nice.
So how much?
2d4 plus 4, so that's
8.
12 damage max.
That's 8 damage on the die. Roll 1 and add 4. Roll 1. Roll for the attack and then add 4. 2d4 is 8. So roll and then
3.
So 3 plus 4, so 7. So 8 plus 7 is 15 damage. Jesus Christ.
Cheese and
Y'all are-
crackers, y'all.
Y'all are fucking this thing up.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And that was all at the end of Willow's turn. Damon, it is top of initiative round. Your turn. Yeah.
Looks like
What are you
meat's still
doing?
on the menu.
Well, I'm gonna try and pop up and hit it with an arrow. So
It does have an increased AC because it is still withdrawn into its shell.
19 plus 5, so
Fuck, that
24.
That hits.
So it's 1d6 plus 3 plus sneak attack because I was hidden.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
That's 2d6 for the sneak attack and 1d6 for the piercing, which I'm missing one of my d6. So
Okay.
let me get into my dice chest real quick. 6, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
Nice.
This arrow is the killing blow on this turtle. How do you want to do this?
Um,
Actually, no. No.
Don't take it away from him, Dippy.
Wait.
You've already said
Yes,
it.
it is. No, yes, it is.
Your word is law.
Sorry. No. Yeah. I was checking its health. Yeah, it is. Okay, how do you want to do it?
So I'd like to tumble out to the side from my hiding spot with my bow drawn, release my arrow, and say, die.
And you watch as it finds the gap where the metal pole came out of its shell for that attack, and you just like thread the needle, and it just don't see an impact, but you definitely hear it as the turtle and he just like lets out this humongous death rattle.
Why do
And-
I keep killing things for you, Zog?
Continues to sink into the depths. And as you watch as this turtle sinks into the depths of the river below, we're going to go ahead and take our break.
Cool.
That's an hour and a half combat, baby.
Really? Damn.
Or that was an hour and a half of intro and the combat and
Real
everything
quick.
else. So we'll be back.
I did this. But yeah, we'll be right back.
Yeah. See you in a little bit. We're going to take 10-15. Bye, y'all.
Be right back.
And welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
To Valmira.
This is not Valmira.
This is In-Quy'zz-ition, my guy.
To Valmira's sister show.
It's not even connected.
It's not even that. They're
Not
not
even
even in the
related.
same universe.
Yeah.
I'm having a grand old time. Hey, look at the new layout.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
We
Doesn't it
did
look cool?
something.
I did in
Dadley's
between.
above me.
What?
I'm gonna have to
Literally.
It looks so good. What? What's
I'm gonna have
going
to like relearn all the Brady Bunch shit I have to do of like looking around. Of, like, who's doing that.
Well, now Quinlan is right below you, and
Quinlan!
I'm right here to your
Quinlan!
side, and Tesla's right there, off to you.
Yay.
Okay.
That
Is the story
That's drunk.
that's monk.
Yep.
of a bunch of
That's
adventures.
fantasy.
So, Rhys, you don't have to change anything besides knowing that Dadley's right above you.
Right.
So he's
Yes,
top.
Reese.
Yeah.
I am above you.
There you
Oh
go.
yes, me. Look at the shirt.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
wearing.
and
It
Dono,
screams,
and Dono's
"Ah."
not the corner boy anymore.
Hey, I'm wearing florals too. Just subdued.
Hey, there you go.
We're absolutely groupies. Like I'm groupie with the nut druid, and stuff. Like
All
we're
right,
the
so
troublesome duo. Me and you.
It's
So,
going
Fantasy,
downhill.
100%.
we're losing the
Oh,
we're losing the
yes.
plot. We're losing
Okay,
the plot.
go.
All right,
We
so,
killed a turtle.
you just killed
Absolutely
A
murdered that man.
a large mutant turtle named Zig.
I bet he's got good meat. By the way, Dippy, I am letting my little thing kind of carve up some fish in the air, like just kill them.
Your little thing.
Oh,
My- My
of
whirlpool, it's
daggers?
gonna kill a bunch of them, and then I'm gonna use
Oh,
shape water
okay.
to get them onto the boat.
The school of fish.
Wait, no, but that's just gonna make blended fish.
Yeah, and then we got chum.
It's not. You're not gonna have a whole fish.
Yeah, we can make fish soup.
God.
I'm gonna.
No.
It's gonna skin it,
Sushi.
skin it, kill it, and fucking do it. Sorry.
I can
Unbelievable.
purify it.
Yeah.
So now
I
that we
won't
are out
be
of
eating
combat, out
that.
of initiative. Oh, let me actually start the friggin' noises.
Yeah.
Wait. So it's gonna be chop suey that has scales in it?
Yes.
Ew.
No, we're gonna go from scat to just fucking System of a Down. Don't do it.
I'm in a musical mood today, my guy.
He's in a goofy mood.
I'm just a wild and goofy guy.
Just
Wake
a couple of wild, crazy guys.
Yeah.
All right. The first thing Zog's doing is like throwing a rope towards the turtle carcass and trying to get it close to the boat so he can examine if he can like get in there and start chopping away. To
Oh,
get
this
the turtle
carcass is
down.
definitely sinking right now.
Yeah. How deep is the riverbed?
The bottom of the riverbed is about like 25, 30 feet down.
That's not terrible. Okay.
It's not terrible.
I'm just gonna say I am riding this turtle all the way down until it settles, and then I'm gonna unhook my rope dart.
Yeah, so Quinlan, you can absolutely take the lead on this. This turtle, first of all, it unretracts from its shell as its muscles relax, and it like its head just kind of like lolls out of the shell as it sinks. The flippers also kind of do much of the same. You see as the head comes out of the shell, an arrow embedded into its eye. So, as you do that, you sink down for another like 20, 25, then you gently just kind of come to rest on the bottom, which I can actually, no, never mind. I was gonna say there's an underwater ambience here, but I don't think there is. Let me look. Underwater. Ah, yeah, there is.
Maybe I'm going to send you something that might help you with us doing this.
Nice.
No, I got you.
Huh? I'll make uno momento seconds. But you can continue doing what you're doing, but, you know.
I got your underwater ambience here.
Very nice.
As you come to rest on the bottom, you kind of take a look around and notice that underneath the water, it's almost like a different universe. There's, like, everywhere that you look, you see just this foliage, this underwater plant life, mostly undisturbed by the contents of the water around it, like by the contents of the surface above it. See long green kelp leaves and seagrass, and you see some mutated fauna kind of in the area. You see some fish, some very long, narrow fish. You see crabs with a giant claw and then a tiny claw, and then
which is actually just a normal type of crab.
It's just a normal thing, but this one is accentuated.
It's just crab plus.
Crab plus. You see, and the natural light distortions, the waves in the water being cast upon the bottom of the riverbed, are just like, they have a greenish hue to them rather than blue because of the sky above you. The impact kicks up a large cloud of sediment, and you watch as just a very sparkly dust floats through the water, not really coming to rest now that it has been kicked up. Seems that this is ultralight sediment. It's a good thing that you don't need to breathe, because you feel like it would be very hard to if you had to.
Breathing's for chumps.
As you kind of just, as your rebreathing system in your own body takes over, and you just kind of look around. A large pool of brackish brown and black blood kind of pours from a few open wounds, mostly the eye. There weren't actually a lot of, and you also see a glass shard embedded straight into the gap between its the nostrils and its on the front of its face. You recognize that. It the face and the head seem to be the most damaged in this. The flippers look very much intact, but still everything is still kind of connected through the tissues that would be in this shell. There are large plates and scales on the flesh and on the shell itself that you feel like, with much effort, even though you don't have to breathe, with much effort you would be able to pry a couple of plates off. But this thing probably isn't moving anywhere without a lot of help. It is underwater, so it is slightly buoyant in this space, but it would be very hard to do so.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna do what I said. Unhook the dart from its neck, unwrap it, and swim straight up and see if they left my ass behind.
The boat is still traveling forward.
I was slowing down as it is. So right when we got out of combat, I probably would have tried stopping the boat.
Yeah, just making a maneuver to kind of turn back to where.
Yeah. So we did last session make it canon that we have a harpoon, right?
I don't believe.
Why do I remember us talking about that?
I don't remember talking.
Because there was a lot of talk of lassos.
Oh, yeah.
And,
yeah, maybe that was it.
But we don't have a harpoon gun on.
We should get one of those.
Hey, if only.
Also Quinlan,
someone who could make something like that.
Gee, if only.
Yeah.
Quinlan, you also notice as you're swimming up a large cloud of daggers, chopping up the water and also some fish.
I'm gonna avoid that.
Yeah, you're gonna avoid that. All right. So as you come up to the top, yes.
Do I hear the fish screaming?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course, it is just it's like and then they die. Right.
Daryl's not part of that.
Daryl, no!
Oh no! And he's just like,
Daryl's pretty
wife.
cool.
Daryl has to just stay alive at all costs.
Oh no.
All right. Anyway,
As Quinlan comes up, Zog is already yelling. I'm like, can the boat tow that thing? Think we can strap that thing to the boat and just bring it with us?
Sundial hears that and he's just like on it, and he grabs a rope and he just jumps into the water.
It's like, wait, all right, Quinlan, how's your roll?
I mean,
I just realized we have 2 party members that don't have to breathe. That's
Let's go to
Yep.
space.
oh my god.
No. No.
Listen, we've got a boat.
absolutely
We
not.
just got to make it into a spelljammer. Okay.
And also,
No.
Listen,
We're
I
not.
came from space. That's my character's thing. Fell down. All right.
All right. So,
I mean, maybe.
what's your intelligence score?
Mine?
No, Quinlan's. 15. Passive intelligence. Do you feel like it could be done?
So I said maybe.
Yeah, that's a maybe.
do you mind helping Sundial rig it up? He's already down there with a rope.
And you watch as Sundial just like unmoving, just kind of sinks to the bottom. Dono,
Yes.
as you jump into the water,
Mm-hmm.
I need you to make a wisdom check for me. It's not a save. It's
Check
just
or
a check.
save. So I'm
It's
like
just-
mentally
just-
making a decision to do something with my wisdom.
You're just okay. So if it's I'll call this a save then, but it's not a dangerous save. It's just a save.
6.
6. Nope. Just, the water feels nice.
I don't feel anything.
Oh my.
Me.
Water exists.
Mhm.
What's the purpose?
Water
of
is a funny thing.
Water.
Water's a
Made of
funny
water?
thing.
Kind of just sink to the bottom. You land on the bottom, and you just have a rope in your hand, and you look over and you see the turtle corpse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think the rope is just connected to, I would take one that was connected to the boat. Just start dragging the boat.
You just kind of
behind
took
me.
one end of a rope and just like jumped in.
Mhm. And I just start dragging
The
the, boat
rope does-
towards like the body of the.
All
I
right.
like to imagine it's from the front of the boat, and Zog's like, "No, we need it tied to the back. I can't ride this thing in reverse."
I can't
There
hear
is a
you,
little
but
slack
okay.
because there is slack.
Mhm.
At least while Sundial is sinking, there is a little slack, so you can tie it off on the back of the
Yeah.
boat before Sundial gets to moving about.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I assume you do so.
No.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. So you go over. Make a survival check.
For me,
Yes.
is
you.
Quinlan helping me? Or
Okay, you have
Of
advantage.
there was my
Quinlan, you
survival.
just kinda, like,
would
dive
he
back
still be
down.
blessed or no?
Oh yeah, I am blessed.
Uh,
That's right.
It lasts for a minute. I don't know if this. Would
I'll
be
say
within the
you're
minute.
reaching the tail end of
Okay,
it. Go ahead.
my wisdom save went from a 6 to a 9, but I don't know if that makes any difference.
Still no help.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna do this and this because they look like blessings.
It goes from nothing to a twinge and then nothing.
Survival. Dang, I only got a +1 to survival.
Check.
You have advantage and a D4.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, that's much better.
And a D4.
18.
Okay.
So I
All
got a
right.
16 +1 because I
There
rolled
you
a
go.
1 on my bless.
There you go.
Hmm.
18. Kind of like holding the end of the rope, and you're just like, that looks like a good place. And you
I would just
find
take one
a
of my
crevice.
finger daggers and just and use it as a hook.
There you go.
Yep.
And you just kind of like thread it through a little hole that you see in the shell and tie it around the other end of the shell, making a knot, making a tight knot.
I'll come. I'll use shape water to kind of get me up into the air, or up into like the top of the water because I can't swim. So I just use that to propel myself up.
So you use like a little jet, like a little thermo jet of water, just like
exactly.
All right, and you just kind of like, and you surface.
Let's go, Zog. It's tied up. Do you want me to harvest?
No, fuck all that. I'll just stop at the next city and we'll just sell it in bulk. If you want anything from it, go for it. If you want to keep like a shell, I bet it would make like a really cool like shield or something. But
do I have proficiency in shields?
I do.
I don't.
Which I'm halfway.
I could give you. I'll make you a shield.
Could you? Do you want to grab a couple scales off the back of that thing? Make me a shield.
Yeah.
Tesla.
Sure.
Hey, Tesla, do you think you can make a shield?
Oh, I thought you were talking. I thought the thing that you sent me, Donna, was for the music, not for the
thing that I sent you was the harvesting notes for giant turtle.
Can be harvested.
Yeah, what can be harvested, and it gives you stuff for it and everything.
I got you.
Tesla,
so you can read through that.
If we grab some of the shells off this turtle's back, do you think you could make me a shield?
Or armor?
Or would you rather me go to like blacksmith?
I think
armor. Okay.
I mean, I could try, but
you could maybe make a plate, like chest plate. I sound a lot dumber.
I make things that move and throw stuff, and
I'll just hold on to a couple scales. It's no big deal.
Okay, well, we could use it to decorate something, I'm sure.
I don't. Okay. We'll see. But Zog's plan is we need to buy a net. We don't own a net.
We don't own a net?
No, we figured that out.
But we don't have a net.
You have you have a cargo net, but the cargo net is not a fishing.
No,
and you also used that cargo net in an attempt to
catch fish.
Oh, so is the net on like the bottom of the river somewhere?
No, it got reeled back in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if that hadn't been mentioned last session, I would say that I would.
Would it be able to hold massive amounts of like turtle flesh?
Because of the large pieces, I would say if you made the pieces large enough, I would say yes.
Okay.
If you want to harvest some stuff, go for it.
All right.
All right. So
everybody take a break.
All right. So
Quinlan is just gonna swim straight back up after that's done. As soon as he hits the deck of the boat, he's peeling right down to his skivvies, just laying it all out to dry.
Oh God.
Hey, Quinlan buddy. I have clean clothes in my quarters. If you want to put on something dry, I don't care. I'm not a boastful man. You can dress how you want. It's just giving you the option.
Oh my goodness.
And Zog is just kind of, before we start moving again, trying to like look at his map of like what's the closest city downriver that he thinks he could sell off a giant turtle.
We're about to go to like a major like city that goes in two different directions, right?
Yeah, but he doesn't want to be carrying this thing for long.
I know, but if you go to like a major area where it like splits off, that's usually like big trade.
The next settlements.
Yeah.
Goober. Asborn.
Goober sounds like a service.
GOOBR, Goober.
Did you call it Goober?
What I know, if like there are like either good like seafood butchers and or like maybe armorers that would want the shell or something like that, like would I like know of like, oh, that city has that city will have that to like sell this thing off.
Let the DM have some inspiration. Thank you, Distal.
Oh my gosh, so
I was gonna say, I was gonna point that out.
DM has an inspiration point now.
No,
I'll mark that on my sheet. Okay. Just make. Hold on.
Just roll a flat d4.
Yeah, just roll a. Okay. We go to your character sheet here for a second here. Just here.
Maybe like history or like insight into like the area. I know a lot.
History
about,
sounds good. Why don't you do history?
Yeah, I'm good with you. Ooh, flat 18.
18.
Yeah, I don't add anything to it. So 18.
You're not blessed?
All right.
No, I did not bless myself.
Cool.
So
and bless
on
is
the
over now.
So
I
a lot of the
wanted to
times,
harvest before the bless died. But dang it.
yeah, the bless, bless
Yours is
is
gone.
so,
I can always just re-bless you if you need me to.
Okay. Pre-blessed. 4 4.
in the past, when you've traveled all the way along the river, you know a lot of these towns inside and out. Some of them you only know by surface level stops. Some towns you haven't really gotten out and stopped, and like because they're such small stops, no one really ever goes to them as much as like your other customers do.
Yeah.
Azabor is one such place that you only know on a surface level, but on that surface level, you know that there is a large mill. There's a large like water mill powered shop with a sign that hangs out over the water. With a sign that hangs out over the water that says
"We buy dead turtles."
No, it says what are these fucking names? What?
Oh, are you loading up a random name generator?
Yeah, I've like pulled up a generator for what I want this guy to be, and these names are just fucking weird. I'll say Desmond's Butchery.
Desmond's Butchery. Okay, cool.
Just not pulling from any of this list of names because that's just fucking strange. Desmond's Butchery.
The bear.
No, he's not. That's a great reference, though. I love that.
Desmond Moonbear.
How did I get here? The end. All right.
And how long of a trip is that from us?
It is as I have just mentioned. It's one of the next 2 stops.
Okay, but how I don't know if we're close to stops or far away from stops.
It would be about.
What's the travel time, Dippy?
It would be about 5 hours.
Oh,
that's not bad. We can get there by the end of the day. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to go on to Goober, which you, with your history check, I'll say is a larger settlement. It's got more within it that at a passing glance you feel like if you got more parts, you would definitely be able to go to Goober and sell those parts.
All right, so Goober is better if we're trying to sell the whole turtle.
If you were just dragging a turtle carcass behind you and saying, "We have a turtle carcass, buy it," Goober would be your better option. If you want to harvest the meat and then keep like the carcass, like the shell and the like scales and teeth and whatever separate, then Azabor is a really good place to sell the meat.
Okay, we'll do. I relay all this.
Goober is 1 day's journey from here.
It would be relay
one of your next stops on the fork.
I relay all this to the group of just like, guys, we have like a long trip ahead of us. We're gonna have to like stop and get food and whatnot. How about we chop up this turtle, sell it in? It's not Desmond, Azabor. Sell the meat off in Azabor. It'll be a lot easier to carry just the shell anyways. We could stay in like a nice hotel in Azabor for the night. We don't have to crash on the boat. Then make our way over to Goob. Sell the rest of it.
Ye old comfort inn and sweets.
How do y'all feel about that?
Whatever's up to you.
Fantastic idea.
All right. Sundial, doing good. Yeah, good with you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Quinlan?
Comes out in an oversized tunic.
Yeah.
I like to imagine
it looks
it's
more
just
like
a
a
big
night
shirt.
shirt.
Yes.
Just a night shirt. Yeah.
Can I get some help cutting this up?
And just goes, "I'm not the driver."
Okay. Damien, you good?
I like sleeping on the boat.
I'm not going to stop you from sleeping on the boat. Just some people might not want to do it.
Now that's been cleaned up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I can't lie. It looks better than it has in a while.
So
harvesting? Yeah. So when Sundial asks for help, how long can I hold my breath for is the big question.
Regular character's breath is your Constitution modifier in minutes plus 30 seconds.
3.5 minutes. I can't help all too much down there.
Actually, no. It's your Constitution modifier plus 1 minute. Sorry, so it would
Plus
be
1 minute, so 4 minutes.
after
Quinlan,
4 minutes. I think you have another 30 seconds before you just straight up suffocate.
Quinlan, do you mind helping him out, chopping up some turtle down there?
He slips right out of it.
You just feel like you undo one pin and it just drops.
Yeah, it just drops to the floor.
I'll hang that shirt up. I'll keep it dry for you while you're down there.
Runs up, dives in and down.
And
Completely nude.
No,
and I will say,
he's wearing skivvies.
I do bless the two of them while they're down there.
All right.
I
And
can
that's
bless
for
a third.
1 minute.
Yeah, so it's going to be just their first check.
Is bless a leveled spell or is it a cantrip?
It's leveled.
It's a leveled
So
spell.
I'm burning a
so you
first
don't
level
have too
spell.
many more uses of that.
Yeah.
All right. So Dono,
I can do
Sundial.
I can do 3 people. I'm also just going to bless Tesla while I'm at it because she's always doing something. So
There you
Tesla,
go.
you're still blessed, by the way.
Yay.
So
Okay.
so at least for this minute, I will say that Sundial and Quinlan can make 3 survival checks.
Okay.
All of these will have the blessed die, and if both of you are making checks, then you both just roll 1 die. If one of you is making a check, then you can roll with an advantage. It's because of the nature of the thing.
Oh, I should be the one down there. Fuck, I have really good survival.
So we're rolling 3 dice each.
Three
all with
3d12s, 3d4s.
3d20s.
Oh, 3d20s, 3d4s.
There you go.
Thank you. I need another. Okay.
Oh,
Nice. I got a 15 on my first one.
15.
I got a 16 on the second.
16.
And a nat 1 with a 1 on the bless on the last one.
Oh!
Oh no.
2!
All right, Quinlan.
Which I'm gonna. Can I use an inspiration to reroll that nat 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
All
keep
right,
track of your points.
so I have 2
14.
dirty 20s and a 16 because I got 16 plus 4,
Did you all
17
did you
plus
add,
3, and a 14 plus 2.
Did you add bless to those?
That's with the bless.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what the
All right.
bless is on.
There's a plus
Okay.
1.
Do you
Like
have any
And
other
the
modifiers?
survivals, I'll bump it up by 1, so that's 2
21,
21s
21,
and a
17?
17.
By the way, it changed it to a 14.
14.
Yeah.
Okay. So, a 14 is better than a nat 1, but a 14 is still a failure. Every other check you've made, 15 or more, is a success.
Cool.
The
Fantastic.
varying degrees of success. A 15 is like you get 15 is like you're able to quarter it out and you're able to like save it.
Mhm.
It's usable, but it's not like the prettiest.
Mhm.
Yeah.
More than an 18, which I think only occurs with Rhys's 221s. So more than a 20 is another thing entirely. With your 221s, you managed to get like these perfectly like beautiful cubes of meat, like shorn off in this time, that are able to be stored within within either a salting barrel or a net. Which Zog, you would have a salting barrel on your boat, just for like
Well,
more
We're
times
only
like this
keeping
for
it,
fish.
Yeah. We're only keeping it for like 5 hours before we go sell it. Unless people want to
Yeah,
keep
but you still need to
turtle meat,
preserve
yeah.
it as much as you can.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just
yeah.
keeping it laid out raw
Yeah.
on the deck of the boat would make it smell.
That's
Granted,
fair,
we're
yeah.
using the net as well.
Yeah.
So I'd like to imagine that like I'm using shape water to hold the net into place and kind of like
Yeah.
so
Oh,
we
I
can
like
toss
that.
things.
So the net, so you send the net down, chunks are loaded in, the net comes back up with these. You end up with, I will say, I'll go ahead and roll.
We only had 1
2.
fail out of the 3 of us, or
Yeah.
out of the 2 of us.
Yeah, 6
I know,
rolls,
I know.
1 fail. That's
Mhm.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good.
Go ahead.
And 2 even better successes
Mhm.
than
Yeah.
the other 3. So I'll roll 2d12s. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I got a 12 on 1, and I got a 4, so that's 16. I'll call that 16
Steaks.
No, I was gonna call it like
pounds.
16. No, I'll say I'll multiply that by 10. Sure. So 160 pounds. Just like
that's good fucking meat. Wow.
Because this thing weighed 4 tons. Like it's a lot.
But like the shell probably weighs the most out of all of it.
Yeah, exactly. So you were able to salvage a pretty good portion of the flesh. Just like you.
How much skin and stuff did we get? Like scales and.
Scales were kind of stripped off in the process of the meat being cut, and none of your checks would have failed on scales. Even a 14 was enough for scales.
Did we get any claws or anything?
I would say
teeth.
If you're willing to
One
give
good
up,
eye.
if you're willing to give up 20 pounds of your meat, you can get an eye.
I think I popped the eye with my last check.
Okay.
With a 14, you just like are like, let's go for this too, and you just like grab it and just
blows
and you're
up.
like, aha! You like pop it out, and then you're like, yes, and you squeeze the eye in your hand, and you're just like,
oh no. Oh, no.
I like to imagine he went to pull the arrow out, and
the eye came with it.
Yep.
And the eye
that
came
eye
with
was
it.
that eye was already ruined.
Yeah.
There was no salvaging that one.
Okay.
So just for note taker, what do we all end up with?
So you have 160 pounds of meat. The scales on this thing were rather large. Let me look at the totals. of these. Shell plates, teeth. There's nothing on here for scales specifically. It's mostly shell plates, which you haven't touched the shell yet. So I'll say skin scales. Let me do a D12 again. 9 times. Oh my god, 12. So what's 9 times 12?
108.
Yep.
108 scales. There you go.
And
All of that kind of gets
I
like,
don't feel like 9 times 12 is actually 108.
No, it is.
190.
No,
100
It is.
No, it is.
9 times 10 is 90. 2 times 9 is 18.
You're
90
right.
plus 18.
You're right.
18.
Never mind. I did my math wrong.
No, 90 plus 18 is 108.
90 plus 18. Oh yeah, it's,
Yeah.
Yep.
You're right.
You're right.
I'm
You're
good at
right.
math.
118. No, 108.
108.
I know math.
DM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While they are doing this, can
Yes.
Tesla go into her little space that is preserved for her and just do an experimental elixir?
Experimental elixir.
I get to do one per long rest, and I haven't done one yet, and I'd like to roll for it.
All right, and you do. I would say you would be able to do this in the time that the bless was still up.
Sweet.
All right.
Can I roll it and then private message you what it is for RP
yes.
sake?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay.
Let me just very quickly look at that feature. Just make sure that I understand it as well.
So while that happens, just so like, are we on board that we're selling this meat, or are people trying to save it for themselves?
We're selling it. I mean, I don't give a shit. I don't eat it.
No cares this way.
I think the shell could become something. Like we could take a little bit
some
of
of
it.
the pets, animals might want some. Like I
We'll,
don't
we'll,
know.
we'll take like a 20.
Oh yeah,
mine
there's
is-
5, of which you have like 5.
Yeah.
Neither one of
I'll
my
say-
pets take any food.
I'll take off 20 pounds of meat for the pets. We all have
So
small
you have.
pets. They'll last a
Let
while.
me write down a master list of the pets here because I have them spread out across all the pages that you've
So we
got.
have at least one crocodile and
You have your mini caiman.
Ripples. His name is
Ripples.
Ripples.
You have your mini
With-
caiman Ripples
Don't forget, he has a helmet that has horns.
with his little horn helmet. You have your gray ooze, your gray pudding called Kin, K-I-N. You have your flying snake.
Yep.
Have you given your flying snake a name?
Nope, not yet.
Not yet. All right.
I was working on that, and then the turtle happened.
I was working on it, and then turtle.
It's like I was bonding with my pet, and this giant sea turtle comes up, and everyone gets distracted. And Zog decides maybe we could just, get a toe out of it, and completely flops it.
You have Mosaic the moss cat.
So
and then finally,
this thing can tow us to towing the turtle.
Willow, your little Pidgeov.
Yep, Devi.
Dovey?
Yep.
Dovey. Dovey. Okay. All right. So now I can roll death saves for them because I have them written down. I'm kidding. I would not be that cruel.
Did you put down my cat?
Yeah,
your
moss cat Mosaic.
Yep, got it.
Mosaic, by the way, soaking wet after you jumped into the water the first time, and like when you surfaced back up to the top of the water, Mosaic just kind of like floats up off of you, and just like little spittle of water comes out of their little mouth.
I just pet her little head, and I just go, sorry.
Swims over to the boat, kind of latches onto the side of the boat, shimmies up.
Cries.
Latches onto the side of the boat, shimmies up, and then just like forms as a little moss ball on the railing of the boat, just to sun.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, if we're all set, Zog's answering. Zog's like, "Yep. If we're all good, let's get back on the road. We got a long trek."
So we got the meat, the shells, and then we got.
Oh yeah, you want to still harvest the? All right, we'll have the turtle shell with us. Yeah. So do you want to like wait until we stop to harvest the shell so you have more time to like really?
Sure.
Yeah.
160 pounds of meat, 108 scales, small.
Small.
All right, and then shell plating. Oh, the eye got ruined, so you didn't get any eyes. Unfortunately.
Yeah. And then we're gonna wait to do the shell until we get to town, so we have more time to like really look at it and see what we can do.
And more people can help.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So
pray for me so you don't have to. Incredible. Tessa, where did you send the?
Oh, sorry, I haven't sent it yet. You were doing stuff, so.
Yeah, is it going to be in Zoom, Discord?
We'll do the Zoom.
Zoom. All right. Zoom private messaging is a wonderful thing.
It's like casting message in real life.
Yeah. Let's see. All right, sounds good.
So.
I'm assuming the rules for that are in like Tasha's.
What?
It's in D&D, but yeah.
Oh.
I mean, Beyond.
No, vegetarians don't eat fish.
Some of them do. It's pescatarian.
Yeah,
two different
things.
Those are two different things.
That's pescatarian. Pescatarians are like.
And are turtles a type of fish?
No, they're reptiles.
No. Turtles are reptiles.
That's still regular meat.
No.
It's like chicken.
Yeah. It is.
It is. We figured that out. Dinosaurs are chicken, so yes.
Jesus, Ace, you scared the shit out of me.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
I got you. All right.
Child. So lovely.
All right. I've got you right here. Tessa, you're good.
Sweet.
Perfect. All right.
Matt got me earlier, so I can relate.
As you're all just
He's so cute.
Unbelievable. So, as you were driving your boat along, another 5 hours go by, and I did not roll a random encounter after this one previously. So, the rest of this trip just goes by semi-decently. The sun begins to set, and by the end of your boat ride, the sun is just barely cresting the horizon. Just barely, on the edge of the horizon. As you pull into the small port town, of Azabor. And I change the thing again. all is quiet as you pull in. You lash your boat to the dock, and you kind of notice as you've hauled some of the meat onto the boat that the shell gained a little bit of buoyancy as the meat was kind of like hollowed out. It's not floating on the surface of the water, but it's not like dragging along the base of the river anymore as you pull in. There are some people on the dockside that just look as you enter in. One of them, standing on the edge of the dock, one of them standing on the edge of the dock looks over to you and goes, "Hey, ferryman, how you doing?"
Hey, how you doing? It's been a while since I came to this neck of the woods.
It's good to see you. Good to see you.
Yeah, I got some cargo with me that I don't want anyone to fuck with.
Oh, is that right?
Yep, and he just points to a giant turtle shell.
And he
his
just,
boat.
and the guy looks. He's like initially looking at the deck of your boat, and then he looks behind you to the turtle carcass, and he's just like, I see.
Yeah. So.
Well, I mean, you really killed a junk turtle?
I mostly that one did, and he points to Damon. So,
Never.
Excuse me, both the druid and the monk did like the most damage out of all of them.
Like, I wrote it like Jack Sparrow. What are you talking about?
Monk doesn't, or Zog doesn't know that. He's just like, yeah, Damon shot him in the eye and it died.
This is true. A lot of it was underwater.
I just get that kind of smirk on my face as he points at me.
The guy on the port, Mike, do you have someone here that's going to be here overnight? Someone working the dock overnight?
I mean, you do know who you're talking to, right?
Do I?
Make an insight check.
Okay.
No, you don't. Just kidding.
No, I don't. That's a 1.
That's a 1?
That's a 1.
You do not recognize this person, at least not initially, and you're just like, kind of like sit there floundering for just a second.
Zog immediately like, yeah, no, absolutely, Damon, don't get off this boat.
I can't believe it.
I look
you
at
leave?
You cut me back and you leave.
I look at Zog and say, "Don't worry about it. I don't sleep anyway. I'll stay with the cargo."
All right.
I will too, because I will.
Okay.
I'll stay in the boat.
I would walk up to him and whisper in his ear, "While you're in town, though, pick me up a new set of thieves' tools. I can't seem to find where mine went," and I slip him some gold.
There you go.
Can I slide of hand trying to put the gold back in his pocket? Without him noticing?
It would be contested. Damon would be rolling perception and you would be rolling sleight of hand.
Okay. Fine by me.
The guy standing before you, which you now get a closer look at, semi-slender features, human-esque form, burly, a little bit of hair on his arms, clean shaven, kind of like, and you see kind of like a knocked ear and then a full ear, a full like elven ear, and
he doesn't have headphones on.
Kind of like a long. I'm describing it for everybody.
Okay, cool.
Sorry about that.
Okay, so you see slightly burly, hair on his arms. You see a knocked ear, and you see an unknocked full elven ear.
Okay.
And he stands before you in his half-elven form, A name doesn't immediately come to you, but he looks at you and shakes his head. 2 years of carting me around my ports of business, and you don't remember your good old friend Oz?
Oz? Oh, Oz. I'm sorry, buddy. I meet a lot of people, and it's been chaotic. We had to kill this turtle today. It's been a chaotic fucking...
You now recognize him as Oslumin. 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 He is a dock worker that you have carted around from Azabor to other smaller ports, just as kind of like a traveling. He's like a sellsword, but he doesn't have a sword. He's selling his services for dock work. Oslumin, a half-elven merchant dock worker, or mercenary dock worker.
Does Tesla know this, Oz? What's the likelihood of her having met him?
Very low. Roll a d20.
Okay. Oof. Okay.
I rolled a 15 for my perception, by the way.
I rolled a 14 sleight of hand.
Oh.
You catch Zog trying to give the money back.
Thieves' tools aren't that expensive, so it would have been just 1 gold I gave him probably.
He's like, I'm about to go sell turtle meat. Don't worry about it.
As he tries to give it back, I just like catch it or slip it back. I just catch his hand. Say, do as I ask you, please.
Because we're friends, I will. All right.
Thank you.
So, Zog, you gonna need a place for you and your buddies, or?
Yeah, I have a couple. I at least have Damon Turtle Killer over here wanting to sleep on the boat. Anyone else?
Awesome. Pleasure to meet you. And he extends his hand to you, Damon.
Zog chirps up. His full name now is Damon Turtle Killer. So.
Right.
Hand
still extended to you, Damon. As you continue to talk.
I guess if he's friends with you, and I reach out and I shake his hand.
So who's wanting to sleep in a hotel? Who's wanting to sleep on the boat tonight?
I will sleep on the boat. I don't need.
That's 3 out of the 6 of you that are staying.
Splitting the party, yeah!
Woohoo!
Well, I was gonna say Zog is also staying on his boat.
Okay.
Every one of us have made videos about not splitting the party, yet we do that quite frequently.
That just comes down to Quinlan and Willow. Yes.
Doing a history or a.
Just what did you get on the die?
It's 6. It's in the D20. It's the.
Yeah, no. 6. Yeah. 6 would not help you in any way, shape, or form recognize this person.
Okay.
This would be a point. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
This would be a point where Quinlan would pull Willow aside as this is being discussed and be like, do we stay?
Why not? They've been good to us so far.
It's true.
I just want to get one thing though, so yeah. I want to get a hammock.
He looks at you and there's this light in his eyes, and he just there's a crack in the facade as he smirks and then tampons it back down. I was thinking the exact same thing. So he leans up and goes, "We're gonna take a walk, but we'll be back."
Quinlan, did you put your clothes back on?
Yeah, at this point, he's
5 hours is definitely long enough for the original set of clothes to have dried.
I don't know, he's a monk. He doesn't need to wear armor, so he's just free.
He's probably
could have just asked.
Probably air dried him.
Yeah,
genuine question. Genuine question. 5-hour trip. At what hour did Quinlan put clothes back on?
Like about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Probably more like realizing that we were getting ready to pull up into town. So he still got his shirt open.
The capability
4.5.
presented itself at an hour and a half, 2 hours as they were dry, but the choice was made like 5 minutes ago.
20 minutes before.
Yeah, 20 minutes ago.
Tesla has been in her workshop avoiding the naked
Unbelievable.
monk.
Oh, I love it.
All right, so you two are gonna go get a hammock. Zog looks at Tesla and he's like, I guess Sundial wants to stay with the boat. I normally bring him when I go places, and I don't want to go alone.
Oh, if that was the norm, then he would have gone. He just thought that we were sleeping. He didn't think that we were going to go selling.
We're not going to bed right now.
Okay, cool.
There's
I'll
still
go
some
with
stuff
you.
can
Yeah.
do in town. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The sun is definitely setting. Though.
It's just I will be sleeping on the boat, so
it's definitely evening
We're all
time.
sleeping on the boat. Apparently.
Okay.
I'm just guarding the boat.
By the way, I would love to describe this little scene for you.
Yeah.
If anyone is watching the sunset, sunset on In-Quy'zz really is a sight to behold if you have the time to just sit and watch.
Mm-hmm.
The sun is just a white dot in the sky when it's overhead. It doesn't have any of its roiling like yellows or reds or anything that we know of a typical sun to be. But as it reaches the horizon, the light cuts through the atmosphere in such a way, the atmosphere that has built itself up over In-Quy'zz, the light cuts through the atmosphere in such a way that the sun turns a bright, hot blue, and the sky begins. The sky just kind of catches the light, almost like in a pattern of northern lights, but just pillars of light, just kind of like flickering in places where there are crystals of lyramite sticking up from the ground, large enough to catch the light and send it directionally up into the sky. It's like spotlights dot the horizon as you watch, and
That's cool.
and as the sun like sets behind the horizon, you've heard of the green flash? There's a large pulse of an orange flash, like a fireball just exploded on the horizon for everyone to see. And as soon as it's behind the clouds, stars immediately appear. Like all of the light that was coming from the sun was blocking out the star field, and the star field is just there.
Whoa.
The spotlights also fade as the sun sets, but they fade shortly after the sun sets because they're still picking up the light in the distance. And the clouds part overhead.
That's very pretty. Dippy.
All of the lanterns in town light up, signaling a little bit of late night business, a little bit of just, families staying up past the setting hour.
Yeah.
The brothel's opening.
I have such a nice, wholesome time with this town, and then the first thing that's mentioned by the players is the brothels. Y'all are sick people.
So
at least one of you is.
So as all this is
No,
going
we
on,
all are.
Zog looks around.
I'm
and he
immune to
goes,
disease.
Sundial, it's brothel time. No. No, he doesn't.
Oh, jeez.
All right, so red cutting a little bit. Zog looks at Tesla and he's like, hey, me and Sundial are gonna go into town, sell off this turtle meat. You wanted to come with us? You staying out on the boat? What you doing?
Yeah, I'll come tag along, I guess.
All right, awesome.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
He grabs the net of turtle meat, and he heads off to the butcher that he remembers seeing, Desmond's Butchery.
Yes, which actually hangs over the water shortly beside the port.
As I'm walking away, I give Oz the gold that Damon gave me. And I'm just like, yeah, thanks for keeping an eye out.
And I was just kind of like,
you'll get. I'm selling this stuff off. You'll get more when I come back.
Not. He actually looks and he's like, really skimping out on my tip this time, Zog.
So are we taking all the meat right now with us, or are we leaving some of it on the? I mean, I can carry it all.
I can carry it all too. I took 20 pounds.
I was about to say 20 pounds is.
I took 20 pounds off for animal food, and figured we would use the money to buy better food than turtle meat.
Yeah.
Right.
You never know. It could be good quality. You're
I'm gonna try to sell it as good quality.
I can use prestidigitation to completely clean it.
I was gonna say you should have had Willow purify it.
Yeah.
We had 5 hours of travel. You could have purified it.
Can we say that happened?
Yeah.
I don't want to metagame or put words into it.
So all of this meat would fit into one of your salting barrels. And you would be hauling the barrel with you.
Yeah.
Excuse me, to the place where you would be attempting to sell it.
Sorry. I'm carrying this just barrel.
With 140 pounds left over, if you wanted to keep any for yourself to try, I would let you know.
I'm not. Does anybody want to keep turtle meat?
No.
No, that's beneath me.
No.
Tesla?
I'm not interested, thanks.
No. Okay,
so
no turtle meat being
it.
kept on the boat other than for the animals. Okay,
I am
so
taking
you
the
have
barrel from
140.
Zog and just making it float on my back like a backpack.
That's a little outside
I'm
of the range of what I would...
18 in strength. I'm literally just using my arms, but it looks like a backpack.
Oh,
okay, yeah, like you're holding...
Yeah, I have an 18 in strength. I don't let Zog carry things.
Yeah, no, that's fine, yeah. Sorry, I thought you would just like let go of it and it just started floating in your gravitational thing. No, that would not happen, but you're carrying it.
Yeah.
Like you've seen in the movies, yeah.
So
so about a 10-minute walk.
Would he want the scales? Or no? No, the scales are for the next town. My bad. Yep.
Yeah, scales, shell plating, teeth.
Yeah, that's
claws.
all next town. Yeah.
That's all. Yeah, that's all like mineralized or organic delicacy, or organic. Or it's not whatever.
I know. Yeah, we're good.
About a 5-minute walk to Desmond's Butchery. You see what appears to be like a double door. You see a door, like a full-size door, and then you see like a third-size door implanted into the full-size one. Just kind of sitting on one corner, attached to one hinge. You open the full-size door up. You hear ding, 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 as the entrance bell rings. And you look over as you see what appears to be 2 slimy-skinned, wet-looking creatures. Folks. They look over to you, and they both kind of like... They both kind of observe you two walking in, and they're like... Ah! And they both kind of... You see them slide down what appears to be a ladder, and you hear behind this like countertop the little the pitter pattering of feet as you see whoop, and then whoop, 2 grungs, one purple and one light pink, with what appears to be spaceman helmets filled with water and backpacks filled with water.
Yes.
Are they spaceman helmets or are they like goldfish jars?
Like goldfish bowls, just a sphere, just a spherical like dome covering over their
Love
heads.
him.
Yeah.
So
there's a spherical dome covering over their heads filled with water, and then a backpack of water, and they both kind of like step up, and muffled by the sound of the jar, you hear them speaking into the water. Welcome to Desmond's.
Hey, I have some meat I was hoping to sell off. It's fresh straight from today.
Oh, good. What kind of meat is it?
Giant turtle.
And you see them kind of mutter to each other. They look back to you.
And what is the old... Well, I was gonna ask you guys, what's the going rate for a pound of turtle meat these days?
1 pound?
Yeah.
They kind of look to each other and they start doing math on their little froggy fingers. You see the purple skinned one kind of like plop over on the countertop to what looks like an adding machine, uses frog fingers, and then occasionally uses his tongue to input.
How does it come out of the bowl?
The bowl's just on his head.
You see.
Sorry, I had to be a dick about it.
You see like a little hatch on the. You see a little hatch on the bowl. A little bit of water comes out every time it happens. But like it's just a little like. It's an airtight seal that's occasionally interrupted by his tongue, and it just like waddles back over.
We occasionally get turtle meat in batches of 20 pounds. And for every 20 pounds you have, we'll give you 50 gold.
50 gold for 20 pounds.
Yes. Which would leave you with 140, so 7.
350 gold.
350 gold.
He goes, this is, I don't think you've gotten turtle meat this fresh, and he pulls out one of the chunks that Quinlan cut that looks really nice. And
they both look at it and they like their eyelids like go even wider. They like shrink back.
I say I cut it myself, and I'm an expert when it comes to meat.
I bet you like meat in your mouth.
Oh wow!
I don't have a mouth. Thank you very much.
The pink offers out a hand to grab the chunk.
Yeah, I hand it over to him.
And they just like, and they like slide their finger down the side of it and like give it a little, just like the purple one with the hatch on his lid, just like sticks his tongue to the meat, and some water begins to dribble out of the hatch. And he like lets it get down to about where a third of the water from his helmet is gone, and he like retracts his tongue back into the. Sorry, I wish I could have the cat. And he pulls his tongue back in, and he's just like.
And Zog goes. So how about we'll say 420 gold for the lot. 140 pounds. 420 for the lot. Comes to
420 gold for 140 pounds.
Yeah, comes.
Please.
Would be.
Did I fuck my math up?
350. You're adding 70 gold?
It would be 3 gold. Yeah, 3 gold a pound. So they were talking about packs of 20. It'll be 60 a pound. 60 for 20 pounds, opposed to the 40 for 20 pounds.
50 for 20 pounds.
50. I'm going up by 10 gold every.
You're going up
pounds.
10 gold per 20.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Seems like a fair.
Make a persuasion check.
I can. Hey, Sundial.
Yeah.
You already said
6.
what you said.
I know. Is
although Sundial did also say.
Yeah, I cut it myself, and I'm an expert when it comes to that.
All right.
Do I get it?
Go ahead.
And then some random person made a crude joke walking by.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right. That's a good roll right off the back. That's not. It's a good roll. Okay. Persuasion. 21. 19 plus 2.
You got a 19 on the die?
I got a 19 on the die.
They got a 19 on the die. For like a... They look to you and they're like...
Well, you can just take our rate.
Come on, haggle with me a little bit. I'm going up by...
Dog.
I'm doing math. No,
Dog.
Yeah?
Come here. Come here.
Okay.
Did you go with them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was unaware.
What's up?
My fault.
Do you actually want to sell this, or do you want to just have fun with haggling?
I was trying, being real, I was trying to get a nice even number for us to like split 6 ways. That's why I said 420.
You know, I'm good. Don't worry about me.
Okay. All right. I'm still gonna haggle a little bit because we're here for that.
Okay. She leans back against the wall.
Fuck. Now I have to do math again. All right. So it's
Incredible.
140.
The starting price is $350. You tried $420 and they rejected it.
How about just anything $400 and we'll call it a day? I got it all cut up for you. It's a lot less work. You don't have to butcher it. I'm not giving you a big chunk, and I already
Make
got
another
it all salted
persuasion
and
check.
preserved. Woo! All right, that's a dirty 20 this time. I went from a 19 to a 18 on the die.
They look at you like... They just kind of like lean into each other. And they come back. $350, and we give you, $350, and we give you 25 pounds of another meat for you to use in your cooking.
You got tuna?
And they like turn around, and they like grab a crate. They hop down, grab a crate, and bring it out in front of the counter, marked in a language you do not recognize, with a tag on the side of the crate in common that says tuna.
I'll take that. That's a good deal.
Deal. And they both offer out a hand to you at the same time.
I do that like cross handshake.
Yeah, in the cross hand.
That's a terrible idea, but okay.
And they.
What is?
Grungs, their skin is toxic.
Oh, is it? Oh well.
Yeah.
This is above board, but yeah.
We made a deal. I'm gonna take on it.
Suck.
Yes.
Just for the shits and giggles of it, roll a con save for me.
You're gonna take.
Absolutely. I'll do that on D&D.
Dippy, he takes
9.
Yeah.
You're the DM. Go.
9.
Yeah, 9.
I need to look at that grung feature again. Actually, that's a good point that I had not remembered.
I believe it's based off their con, is their save, but.
Yeah, let me look.
I still have a grung NPC.
I have a grung in my library. Hold on, features and traits. DC 12. Okay, yeah, no, you just become poisoned.
Okay.
What?
So
you get drunk off of touching them?
Yeah. No,
You just
good
like
deal, y'all.
you just touch. You just shake hands a little bit, and you're just it seeps into your skin, and it travels really rapidly, like through your like nervous system and your veins, and you just feel it hit your heart, and you're like.
All right. Well, I have another stop I have to make, but it was a pleasure.
I'll touch Zog's back.
No problem.
I'll touch Zog's back, and I'll be like, "Are you okay?
I'm good. Just give me a second."
Are you
and,
sure?
I'm gonna cast lesser restoration on myself.
Okay, I was about to do it on you.
On yourself?
Yeah.
But you
Okay,
lied
yeah,
to
the
me.
poison only the poison condition only lasts for 1 minute, but yeah, sure, you can lesser
Yeah,
restoration.
no, just fuck it.
All right.
Yeah. No,
And you
all
just like
right. Sundial, do you mind taking the tuna back to the boat?
Got it. And I just slap it onto my back, or slap.
Yeah.
It's just like right there in my
Onto your
shoulder
shoulder.
area.
yeah.
And then
25
as
pounds
we're-
of tuna, and they grab a what looks like a larger like burlap sack. They like and it lands on the counter. The top opens up just a bit, tipples over, and you see gold pieces fall out onto the counter a little bit. Actually, I have a sound for that, don't I?
Yes, you do. Nice.
There you go.
There we go. That was somehow 350. It was very fast.
It was a little tippling of coins out of the bag.
And as we were leaving, I look at Tesla and I'm just like, all right, where the fuck would we buy thieves' tools? That doesn't feel like something I could just walk into a store and be like, excuse me, thieves' tools.
I don't know if that's actually able to be bought.
It's.
Tesla, could you make?
Yes.
Would she be like they're similar to her alchemist tools?
You find them in a back alley deal.
Yeah.
I can look
So
Wait, can I?
Alchemy tools in and of themselves are like a different. Every tool set has its dealer that you would be able to get them from.
Oh, because I was thinking like if they're like lockpick, they'd be similar to smithing tools or something like that.
Yeah,
Just doing it like a cross thing, so it's like. Anyways, go ahead.
I googled what goes into a thieves' tools kit.
Yes.
What check would Zog have to make to know this? But a thieves' tools kit is a small file of.
Make a wisdom save. Not a save. Make a wisdom check.
Wisdom check. I'm good at that. Oh, perfect. Yeah, fucking
2
wisdom plus 3. No, 7 or 16.
Good.
16.
I've had my fair share of thieves and scoundrels on my boat.
Yeah. You've had shit stolen from you in the past. One time you actually caught them in the act and were able to confiscate their tools from them.
Yeah.
And you seem to remember that a typical kit has, you have your file.
A lockpick, a small mirror mounted on a metal handle, and a set of narrow-bladed scissors and a pair of pliers. That is your common thieves' tools kit.
Right, and that's all typically wrapped up in a little leather-bound bag.
Yeah.
You know what else? You know who else typically sells all of those implements?
A blacksmith.
An architect.
Architect. Ooh, how would I find an architect?
Oh, jeez.
How does Bradley find it? I'm now...
Or along the lines of the construction and design profession.
I think Tesla would know how to find one since she had her place built on her business.
Oh, yeah.
Rhys! Can I find Rhys? He has
my goodness.
Oh, there you go.
Well, so during this conversation of them going back and forth, it's like, and just being like, Tesla, can you make thieves' tools?
Can she?
I believe artificers have a. I don't know. Hold on. Tool proficiency. No, that was with your. Imbue a tiny non-magical object with a proper. No.
I don't think so.
I don't believe so either. No.
Yeah.
I can't see a feature where you would be able to just make a set of tools. I think forge clerics can do that. I think I don't know if artificers can.
Artificers get it at a later level where they can just
it's a later level.
Make a pair of tools at the short rest. Because Sundial is just gonna not take from like one of his containers that he has. Like, because I've got this, and I just pull out the thieves' tools that I stole from Damien.
Oh, jeez.
And I imagine that you could probably copy them from here.
Can I just have those for Damien, so I don't have to go find someone? Okay. No, I'm not gonna take it. You're good.
These are mine.
Wait.
I found.
These are. Where did you find them?
I found them.
Where?
Make a deception check, Sundial.
Can I make an insight check?
I didn't find them.
Tesla
you found
of, like,
them,
why are you grilling
and then
my
you
friend
stole
right
them. It is a lie of omission, not a lie of commission.
It is also like diverging the subject. She said where, not how. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point.
Very true.
That's gonna be a 22.
22. Tesla, make an insight check.
I'm a fucking sorcerer, my guy.
Make an insight check.
Insight is where is insight? There it is. Better be
And you can
fucking
just click
damn
on
it.
you can just click on the number next to insight.
Yeah, it's there. It's there. I got a 12.
12.
He found them.
I know this insight is that she realizes she's not going to argue with a toddler. You just don't get anywhere with arguing with toddlers, so
Here.
she gives up.
Sundial, can I hold on to those so I can like ask like a shopkeep of like, do you have anything similar to this? I promise to give them back.
Do you do promise, right?
I promise. I wouldn't break a promise. Yeah.
As you see Damon's name written inside him.
I was just about to say, like on the side, there's Damon like written in the leather.
Yeah, you can see probably in like a small inscription on the outside of the leather on the outside
unfortunately
of the leather
it's in Elvish.
Yeah, it's in a language that neither of you recognize.
I
But
might know Elvish. I don't remember.
No, you know Common and Orcish like I do.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Yeah. All right. So.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, they're engraved. Neat, Sundial. Yeah, I want to steal these from you. These are really nice. Look well made.
Thank you.
He's like bending them. Like,
Fucking
yeah, no.
dicks.
So Tesla, where should we go to buy some of these?
You really want me to? We're gonna be buying tools. All right. I think I know where.
I think Gearsparks doesn't like shopping episodes.
Oh, do you not?
I'm trying to. I'm trying.
General goods.
I was thinking the architect. She would be like, okay, we can go find them at this place. I don't know.
Sure.
DM.
Construction supply store.
You haven't been
General goods.
So you haven't been to
Is there a
Azabor
Hobby
specifically,
Lobby?
but
Hobby Lobby. Is there a ye old Home Depot?
you would
Is
need
there
to
ye
find
old
you would
Hobby
need,
O Lobby?
ye old Hobby Lobby. You would need to find either like a craft store or like a construction supplies store, which would be some of those you can just find in general general
I
stores.
feel like a crafts or I feel like they would be 1-in-1 because Tesla does a lot of building stuff. So she should know at least adjacent.
Or you could just like look for a tool world and see.
Tool world.
Tool world.
All right, Dippy,
Yeah.
just to streamline and make life easy. I have 3 inspiration left. Can I burn all 3 just to make ye old Hobby or Lobby like 2 blocks down the street?
I was thinking more of a harbor.
These 3 inspiration points to bring
Freight.
a brand new.
Oh my god,
building.
Harbor Freight would be so good.
I was thinking
Harbor Freight. Oh my
Freight
god.
is actually more appropriate.
Listen, I will give my last inspiration point for this to happen.
That's 4.
Is that enough for ye
Is
old
anyone else
Harbor Freight?
offering?
What is it?
He's just
be an
taking the deal
offer?
from the
It just
devil.
makes sense. Like it just. I've got 3. I'll give 1.
I'll do 1 as well.
6.
Is 6
That's
enough for ye
All
old
right.
Harbor Freight?
Everybody who's offered up a point and everyone who's offered up multiple, get rid of them. You're going
I
down
am
the
out of inspiration.
I'm out.
You feel this twinge of just outright heavenly guidance. Like you almost feel Zog, you almost feel a pair of hands come down on your shoulders.
They're on
and
my
just,
face. And
they land on your they land on your shoulders. They kind of like rub up your neck to the sides of your face and then jerk your head over to the right.
Oh shit!
I think we go that way.
And you look and you see what looks to be a building that you swear has tiny residual magical energy blips coming off of it, as if it has almost been summoned into existence.
And guess what? It's got a sliding glass door and the light's still on.
It is. They hired a gnome to just do like a little every time somebody walks in.
It's
on.
rough.
It's a living.
This
and I
way. That
And
way.
you see Zam's Harbor Freight.
Damn Harbor Freight, a work of God.
Damn.
I need to write this in my notes. Hold on.
Please make it be like a franchise, so it's at every single
was
town.
gonna ask
That's what I was gonna say. I want it to be a franchise and like a good amount of towns.
Inspiration 6. That's a new record, by the way. 6 inspiration points equals Zam's Harbor Freight.
I wonder if they sell hammocks there.
With 6 fucking inspiration points, they'd better.
7. Who did another?
7?
Totally
Wait, someone else
No,
offered
it
up
was
one?
7. It was 3 from me, 1 Dono, 1 Tesla, 1 Willow.
That's 6.
That's 6. That's 6. Yep.
And Damon offered up 1. That's
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Oh wait,
No, Damon did not. Damon
Oh,
did
sorry,
not.
Damon didn't.
That is
Check the
6.
chat.
So that's 6. Yeah.
Check the chat.
Oh, chat?
Wait.
Oh no! It...
7.
I wasn't
That
lying.
That 7th is how they sell hammocks now.
Great. So you probably walk in and we're there.
Dollar testing
Okay.
Hey, the party's no longer split up.
Well, I mean, Damon's still on the boat, but you know.
Damon's still in the boat.
Yeah,
Dear God.
This one flew
as you
off
watch-
the rails.
So you watch.
Good.
As you look over, and Zam's Harbor Freight presents itself to all 3 of you, and it's just like all of your collective consciousnesses and memories seem to insert just the tiniest piece of information, like almost simultaneously, that at some point in history, whether it was 1,000 or 1 year ago, that this franchise started, and that there happened to be one here in Azabor.
Hey, Zog, there's Zam's Harbor Freight over there. That's where we got the big the big net, remember?
Right, yeah. I'll pick up a new net. Like, I'll pick up a fishing net while we're in there.
Yeah, that's smart. Maybe some
Zam's
fish.
has it. Yeah.
Ooh,
So you
maybe
walk
they have
in-
maybe they have like big old freaking what is it? Harpoon guns that we can
Oh, you
strap
want me to
to.
check if they have harpoons?
Yeah, we should do
Alright,
that.
yeah,
We
yeah.
need one of those in
Okay.
case of another turtle. You know.
All right.
Alright, so we go into Zam's.
So you go into Zam's Harbor Freight. The
Sundial,
door's
you're
kind of
bringing
like
the tuna to the boat,
door's kind of
unfortunately.
like bing, bing. And you all 3 walk in, and it's much bigger on the inside.
Sundial's bringing tuna to the boat, so.
Yeah. Oh,
right,
am I going
so-
back?
Zog
Yeah,
and,
I'm sorry,
so
I
Zog
didn't bring
and
the
Tesla.
tuna.
So Zog and Tesla, you walk in to purchase a harpoon gun,
Yes,
a fishing net,
yes.
Ballista. That's what I'm talking about. The
Ballista.
ballista
A
harpoon
ballista
gun.
is way different than a harpoon.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, a harpoon gun is like a big fucking thing that you use. It's kind of like a
Oh, no,
ballista.
I thought you meant like the kind of rifle that has a harpoon at the
No,
end
I'm
of it.
talking about like the freaking thing that we strap down to the the fucking.
Oh,
He wants
if
the
you want one
thing.
you install on a boat, you're not going to find it here.
Oh.
You're going to find a handheld one.
I mean,
here.
can't we
Yeah.
adjust the handheld one to be one that goes?
We could later.
DIY
Okay,
it.
cool.
We
I
have a
mean,
DIY person.
My goal is like
Um,
the best thieves tools. Like, the
before I
world's
leave,
best.
by the
Oh,
way.
okay.
I want to give Zog 40 gold
Okay.
For what?
Zog,
just to buy things if you need it.
Okay.
How much gold do you have?
Wait, who's leaving?
Currently, right now, I have 360
Oh yeah, wait, never mind. You don't need it.
because I just sold all the meat.
That's right.
There you
Never
go.
mind. I'm
So,
not giving
harpoon
you
gun?
40.
Yes.
a
Fishing
number of hammocks or a hammock?
That's up to. I don't know.
Oh
they're
wait, no,
buying
they were the ones
Yeah.
who. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, they went on their own to get the hammock.
Yeah.
So
As you're
harpoon-
walking into town, you also come across this sudden flash of inspiration in your mind that there is a perfect place for you to find the hammocks that you wanted.
So all right, our shopping list just so we can wrap this up because
Yeah, just
we're
a
gonna have
harpoon
this for
gun
harpoon gun, fishing net, and like he is looking
Fishing
for
net
like the best
and the best thieves tools.
of like over table.
So you would
If
be
I-
individually buying a lockpick, a file,
Yes.
a set of narrow scissors, a
A mirror on a piece of metal?
mirror on a handle, a handle mirror,
Yeah. A
It's the-
pair of pliers,
thing
and
you
that's
get
and a
it.
pair of
Yeah.
pliers.
Goes in your
Yeah, and then
All right.
over table, Zog, like if I can find any of these with like magic on them, I'm willing to spend the money to get
This is
something.
Zam's Harbor Freight.
So
It's not
nothing
Zam's
magic.
magical
There's
Harbor
nothing
Freight.
magic.
It's
Okay,
just
that's
Zam's
fair.
Harbor Freight.
Totally
This,
fair. Okay.
this
You
is
can find
Sam's Harbor
exquisitely
Freight, not Zam Snap-on.
Yeah.
All right, so I just buy. I buy.
Snap-on?
What is our shopping list come to?
Okay. In total, you are able to find all of these objects.
Mm-hmm.
And you go up to the counter, and there standing behind the counter is a half orc. With a hello my he's wearing his typical garb, but he's also wearing a blue vest and a hello my name is tag. And it's just like scrawled on in Orcish, which you can read, which reads that his name is Dave.
Hey Dave, I'm just checking out, man.
And he kind of looks down and sees what you're buying. He looks to you.
Should I add rope to it to make it more suspicious? And he winks at Dave.
I just work here.
So what's it come to, buddy?
He like turns over to like his little.
He's got a crystal to scan everything on. Just
yeah. He kind of just. We just brought a modern day Arbor Freight into.
Yeah.
Not what has happened. I'm gonna try to keep it at least a little fantastical. So he like goes over to his like scrawling like record keep, writes down each of the price, and he's like,
I'll put together 150 gold.
What costs that much?
The harpoon gun is taking up 95 of that.
I'll put the harpoon gun back. No, it's not worth it right now.
Okay, 55 gold.
The harpoon gun was 95.
You'd put the harpoon gun back.
Wait, all right.
So your new total is 55.
150 minus 95.
Oh, okay. All right, so 55 gold. All right.
55 gold.
All right, and he hands it over.
And he like places them all into a little lockbox.
Complimentary.
Yeah.
And he hands it over to you.
All right.
Does he wink?
He does not.
Sorry.
Zog winks again.
Just.
What time you get out of work, buddy?
Just to get out of here.
All right, you got it. Tesla, you had something you want to do?
Nah, I think I'm about tired out with that sea turtle event thing you tried to do.
All right,
what exactly was in your mind when you did that?
When I did which part?
The turtle.
What about the turtle? Like when
we did.
When I tried
really tried to what?
Like when I tried to drag us behind the turtle?
You really think that turtle was gonna pull our boat?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
That thing is big, but it wasn't huge.
Okay. Look, I had a thought. We tried it out. It didn't work.
Is this what you normally do when you're not, doing work for me? Cause
this is what I normally do while I'm doing work for you.
Oh, jeez. Kind of fucked up.
Are you still mad at me?
Yeah, I am.
Oh.
I am.
Are we still friends?
I didn't lie when I said we were, but you killed Guy.
I mean, the world. I didn't like Zog looks around. He's like, the world hasn't changed.
Yeah, but I never thought of you to be the type to do with the vengeful stuff.
Zog puts a hand on Tesla's shoulder and he's like, I'm not. Somebody scuffs my boat, I laugh it off. Somebody steals from me, somebody hits me, somebody hurts me. I wish them a good and long life.
And this is why it's so surprising.
Because they fucked with somebody I care about. And it just hit me a little bit different. I didn't think I had it in me. I've taken a life before, but that in the decisions of it's me versus you, I'm always going to fight for my life.
Yeah.
But that was the first time I felt like I put down a dog out of spite. And unfortunately, I liked it, and I don't think it will be the last.
Okay. But I guess what I'm a little baffled about is that I didn't think I meant that much to you.
Full transparency, I didn't think so either. But here we are, blood on my hands, because I like your face.
I think I'll be okay with it in the long
I'm
run.
glad.
I'm just right now it's a little bit of a shocker because, like I said, you're so laid back that it's just out of context with you. But
I am complicated. And I like to imagine while he says that, like, he has that little bit of waves going in his eyes from his magic and his god of, like, I don't fully understand me, and I like learning new things about myself. So.
yeah, I get the complicated part too. And she moves her wrists and hits a button on the inside of her pad around her wrist, and the sparks kind of shoot up through the panels of her arm to her backpack. Yeah, we're all just a little different. I thought I knew you, and now I you're still you, and I trust you. But like you said, I still need to get to know you as well, I guess.
He sticks out his hand. He's like, well, I'm Zog. I'm the ferryman. I like to think that I am one of your best friends. And let's go make some badass tuna for dinner.
Yeah, let's go do that. Shakes his hand, shakes it, and kind of just walks off.
Probably like very like big brotherly, like wraps an arm around your shoulder while we walk. Just like, all right, let's
He's got her in a neck
like in
brace.
the crotch.
Yeah, just like a little arm around the neck, and she's kind of bent forward because.
So,
and then I will stop hogging time. I'm sorry.
As you go back to your boat, Quinlan and Willow, you manage to find. You're walking into town. You manage to find a Zam's Harbor Freight. You're like, oh, perfect. You walk in. Are you both looking for a hammock, or are you? So it's, 2 hammocks.
It's kind of like Fay Depot, but it's hard.
Yes.
All right, y'all brought Zam's Harbor Freight into existence with 6 inspiration points. The precedent is set. Places like Fay Depot are gonna need like at least double-digit inspo points here. All right.
No.
All right. Anyway, 20 gold for your 2 hammocks.
Could I see if they have a shorter hammock? Who fits my 2 foot
15 gold.
size?
You mean a bandana?
15 gold for a full hammock and a half hammock. And as you walk out, as you all make your way back to the boat, Osloman kind of looks over to all of y'all regrouping. He's like, well, if there isn't anywhere else that you need to stay for the night, well then I'll just be over in the Watchman's Tower.
Me and Damon RP, me coming back to the boat when nobody else is there.
Oh yeah, absolutely you can. Yeah, let's do that real quick.
Okay. I come back.
Then I think we'll call it very shortly after that.
Okay, sorry. I'll come back to the boat and just slap the 20 pounds of tuna down onto the boat. Like, Damon, you can come out now.
Oh man.
I knew you were over there because I have blind sight and I can see you.
Well, as long as it's just you.
Which at the moment it is.
Mm-hmm. So.
Oh no, I'm trying to think. I'm sorry, I'm losing focus.
You're good.
I see. Shopping went well.
We got a good trade on our tuna. Or
Good,
on our
good.
meat.
I don't know how to talk to you.
You just talk to me. Also, be honest, because I know when you're lying.
You're one strange individual.
You're one person that doesn't like to be honest.
I like my games.
Okay. I just stare at him for a second.
The moment comes and goes.
We just, as they get back to the boat, me and Son are just standing there staring at each other, not saying anything, unblinking.
Welcome back. I don't blink, but okay.
Yeah, so unblinking would fit.
Yeah, there you go.
Phases. He
Oh, sorry.
phases.
When everyone gets back to the boat, the last thing Zog does is gives 50 gold to everybody. He just splits what we made on the turtle evenly amongst us all.
There you go.
Tesla
everyone
rejects her offer, her side.
I'm not gonna.
Which would
fight
be a
that.
little pertinent because you spent 55 of that at the place. So.
The 50 is after I spent everything.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, we ended
there you
up. Ended up with 305 after everything was bought and whatnot. I gave an extra 5 gold to Oswald.
There you go.
Oswald. Yep. So
Oswald.
300 divided Oswald. So
Perfect.
yeah, if Tesla's rejecting it, then I'm just gonna keep that extra 50 to myself.
There you go. And as you all make your way back, Osman accepts your 5 gold, and he's like, "Oh, that's a little more like it. If there's anything you need while you're in port,
Yeah, we're just gonna be in port for the night. Daybreak, we're
all
going
right.
off.
All right. Well then, I'll be up in the Watchman's Tower if you need me. I'll have an eye on the whole harbor.
Appreciate
And
it.
I'll have my eye on you.
Don't do that.
so.
I want someone watching the turtle.
Looks over to you. So, y'all have a good night. And he turns and leaves. And as you all settle in for the night, hang up your hammocks, go to your resting places, we're going to go ahead and we're going to call it an episode.
All right.
For those of you who have stuck around this long, thank you so much. If you're watching this episode on YouTube, thank you. If you're not, what is wrong with you? Go subscribe. You wouldn't hear this anyway. Go subscribe to the ANI YouTube to catch full episodes as they come out. And as always, until next time, your adventure matters. Roll for initiative.
Bye-bye.